As you know, I like my beer. Beer don't by itself.
I'm having a beer.
Free beer. I'm a booze hound. Okay, meet me at the bar in 15 minutes and suit up.
Would you like some more champagne?
I'd love some.
Who's ready for margaritas?
Fireball.
All right, last call, fellas. It's closing time.
Ah, crap. I'm not even half buzzed.
We came here to drink some beer.
Calling all stations. Clear the air lanes. Clear all air lanes for the big broadcast.
And welcome to Happy Hour. News Talk 93.1 FM, WAC, Madison all along. That's the great Warhawk. Master Thespian in for Pamela. Hello, sugar. And the great Dr. David Thrasher is here.
And here they are.
Here we are for the first time you're able to watch and see Dr. Thrasher on TV. Fake applause, please.
Uh-oh.
So we're all waiting for this 8 p.m. deadline to see what happens. You can't knock out Iran's power structure if they're surrounding the power structure with innocent people. But whose decision was that? I don't know I have a hope, a hunch that some last minute thing will take place that will prevent that from happening.
Mm-hmm. Well, we'll see. I've got a feeling that they need to listen to what Donald Trump says, because if he says he's going to do something, he's going to do something.
That's
He has a track record.
Yeah. Why say all of a sudden he's going to start bluffing now?
Nope.
And I just don't have the worldly experience to know. To me, and I'd like your opinion on this, Dr. Thrasher. This whole thing has reminded me of us and the Japanese in World War II, where we were up against a mindset
Mm-hmm.
that didn't really, they preferred death over dishonor. And that's one reason why we chose to use nuclear weapons. It was, how many dead versus how many dead.
Yeah.
And it's the whole thing is overwhelming. But our city often looks like it's been hit by a bomb. And not that I know of, but Dr. Thrasher is here to talk about what's going on in Montgomery. But before we begin, I have this itch in my right eye. I don't know if it's pollen or what. So if you see me, it looks like I'm winking at you. I'm just trying to blink the itch out of my right eyeball.
Yeah.
Well, you can also scratch it too.
Does that work?
That's free medical advice. Yeah, scratch it.
Well,
I am insured if you need my car.
I was going to say, I may occasionally turn away from the microphone right quick to sneeze. That's what's been happening to me with this all this pollen.
I went out for a bike ride in beautiful old Cloverdale today, and it was nice, but it wasn't until I got back in the house that everything started watering up and itching.
Yeah, pollen season's here, and it's giving everybody fits too, Greg.
You're our correspondent with what's happening in this town, and I'm giving you the floor, man. You just go ahead.
Well, good to be back with you, but you asked me about Iran. 47 years ago, Iran, they had the problems with the Shah, no question about that, but those people, they're capitalists. They want to have a life like we do. I'm all for what Trump's doing right now, taking out ballistic missiles and nuclear threat, so my grandchildren don't have to deal with it. It should be dealt with for the last 47 years. Now, having said that, I hope and pray that he does not take out the power structure. The worst thing we can do is make innocent people starve to death, not have power, etc. Right now, I think so many people are on our side in Iran. If we could only get them weapons from Mossad and CIA, and I think that's in the works for sure. Mm-hmm. But you got to get rid of that their National Revolutionary Force. Those are the bad guys, and so that's where it is. But I do not think that Trump is going to back down. Now he'll have every excuse in the world to try to give him more time. No question about that. Mm-hmm. The number one guy was out of commission this morning. He may be dead now, so I'm not sure who they really could deal with because he killed most of the bad guys' leadership.
One of the funnier moments, if there is a funny moment in this, was Trump saying, "I'm having some good conversations with them," and one of the mullahs said, "You're not talking to us." He said, "What made you?" I didn't say I was. In other words, there's a leadership that's ready to take over there if they can get the leverage to do it.
There's no question there is.
You know, you and I are of the generation. Remember seeing pictures of Iran? It was a very westernized kind of culture.
Yes.
Oh, very sophisticated. Yeah.
Bell bottoms.
Yeah.
You know, they were all about what we did in America.
That's
you know,
right.
The way we dressed, the culture, the music, and man, once the Ayatollah came in, all of that went away.
You're right. I think these people want to have a free life like we do. Hopefully, we can give them a chance.
That's what I'm hoping for too. We'll see, but I'm getting a universal sense of dread from so many people today.
Yeah.
What's next? And this headline: a whole civilization will die tonight.
I don't like that headline one iota.
No.
He shouldn't have said it.
No, for a guy who criticizes others who criticize him, you don't tell the enemy what you're going to do, for one thing. And that's how they were able to come up with the idea of the human shield. They had time to do it.
Right.
Well, and the problem is, too, that the people in Iran, the ones that we're trying to liberate, they're not hearing any of this. All they're hearing is the state propaganda.
Yeah.
Because they don't have access to the internet, because the people who are in charge are controlling all that. And that's the sad part about this, is that they're ultimately going to be the ones suffering while we're trying to take out the crazies.
Yeah.
So I don't know what plan is in place. I don't know if they've taken out enough of that leadership so that you've got weak people in there who are willing to acquiesce, because that's ultimately what is going to stop all of this. The people that are currently in power are going to have to step down and turn it over to
Hey, I forgot to
a democratic government.
look at the market to see what read they're giving us. Now, Dow was down a little bit, nothing substantial.
Nothing catastrophic.
So
Well, I mean, it's not till what, 8 o'clock tonight is the deadline?
7 our time. Yeah.
Yeah.
7, Central Time.
Oh joy!
Doctor, is it okay if I smoke a candy cigarette? while you're in-
Go ahead. Go ahead.
I don't have
Hey.
a sweet tooth. I have a sweet tusk.
I can offer him some beaver nuggets. I made a trip to Buc-ee's.
Oh, again.
I got beaver nuggets. I also got something special for you. And I brought some for Pamela too, but she's not here. So
She'll be back tomorrow and Thursday, off Friday, as she's
Yep.
working on a number of projects.
oh yeah. But I've got you taken care of, and I'll leave some behind for her too. So
Let's talk about the city of Montgomery. This man has been a warrior on behalf of tax-paying citizens who want to live in a safe town. It's not a whole lot more complicated than that. What's new?
Well, we are making progress. The mayor announced violent crime is down 25%. Non-fatal shootings.
is that before the last 24 hours?
That's true.
Yeah, we had, a shooting on Woodley, a
We
shooting
had
on
4
Ann.
shootings. Yes.
Well, one killed, 18-year-old killed, and a 17-year-old probably will die, unfortunately. That.
And you see these people when they come to the hospital.
Yeah, the physicians do. But violent crime is probably down 25%. Non-fatal shootings, that's the big deal, is 15%. Homicides are flat. We're one of the most violent per capita cities in America.
Yeah, we
I always said, thank God these thugs can't shoot straight. We have 700 homicides every year.
oh yeah. Oh yeah.
But having said that, we're still 4 to 5 times the national average in homicides. We're number 2 in the state, and the state of Alabama is number 3 in the nations in homicide per capita. So we're a deadly society here. We have between 30 and 34 people per 100,000 in Montgomery murdered every year. The national average is 6, so 34 to 6.
Wow.
So that tells you where we are. We're also, I didn't know this until just recently. We're number 1. We're number 1 in auto thefts in the nation per capita.
No kidding.
I was shocked at that. Now, a lot of this is kids going by, knocking out windows, joyriding, whatever, but a theft is a theft.
Yep.
And number 1, robbery, we're 40% over the national average. And this is with the improvements that we just talked about. Now, I was appointed by the Speaker of the House, Nathaniel Ledbetter, on a longevity task force. We found out that Alabama, our life expectancy is third worst in the nation, only behind West Virginia and Mississippi. And I took the three things we're working on: crime, which is one of my passions; nutrition. 75% of Alabamans are overweight, big diabetes here, so that's a problem. And the third thing I'm working on is maternal deaths. Okay, we don't have OB in half our counties in Alabama now.
Wow.
So there's a
Not
lot going on.
Not a single OBGYN?
Or nurse practitioner in half the counties, including Shelby County. You don't think Shelby County would have that problem, but they do.
Wow.
So that's a major problem.
These are mothers giving birth, dying in childbirth. Yeah.
That's correct. That's correct.
Wow.
So we're working on a task force on that as well to try to improve, and we'll see what happens. But the legislature, we've got their attention. They are really focused now on crime. We're going to have some really good things coming out in the next couple of weeks. I'll report on later. But Speaker Ledbetter, the Senators Barfoot, Reed Ingram, Rex Reynolds from North Alabama. A lot of these people are laser focused on crime now. So good things are coming on that. Now, one thing that Will Barfoot, our senator, is pushing, I call it Amy's Law. Everybody remembers Amy Dix, the beautiful, wonderful, I think she's 40 years old, when she was caught in a crossfire by a bunch of thugs on the Atlanta highway and paralyzed for life. And there's Will Barfoot has sponsored Senate Bill 298. That's the one that the mayor is vehemently against. He drug in the preachers and everybody else to talk about it, against it. He says it's going to cost taxes, and we can't hire cops because nobody can hire cops. Well, okay, I looked at that. Okay, Birmingham, but you will always say, thank God for Mississippi. Well, Montgomery say, thank God for Birmingham, because they're always worse than we are. But having said that, they've got a mayor who recognizes they have a crime problem and said, by God, we're going to fix this. They've hired 700 cops. We got probably between 220 and 240. It's hard to tell, and they don't want to report that, and I understand that. You don't want the bad guys to know, hey, Montgomery's open for business, okay?
I think they kind of inferred that anyway.
Yeah, I think they
when he
figured
took
it
power,
out.
he kind of inferred that, hey, it's going to be different.
Yeah.
It's our town now.
Well,
In other
it
words.
is 100% right. It is different now, okay?
Yeah.
Crime has gone from 25 homicides per year to up to 75 2 years ago to 61 the last 2 years. But back to the officers, Birmingham has got 700. They hired 200 in an 8-month period. Mobile, 535. They're smaller than Montgomery, okay? 530. They're totally staffed. Huntsville is more than totally staffed. So they're out there, okay? Why can't we get officers? I've talked to FOP. I've talked to active and retired MPD, and they said it's not about the money. We've given them a 15% raise this last year. The compensation is not where I want it to be, but it's probably as good or better than in the Southeast. But they say, I'm not going to go work for a city hall that doesn't respect me and doesn't have my back. I hear that over and over again.
Yeah.
So that's where we're on that.
See, when you commit crimes, you're supposed to be potentially ruining your own life if you get caught. But here, it's the police who risk having their life ruined when you don't have support of the city. In agencies that aren't accountable to Reed, that's different.
Yeah.
I was aware of a situation where a guy was about to pulled over somebody who was a suspect in a murder, and got out of the car, turned around, aimed the gun. So
Wow.
he fired back.
Wow.
Suspect dead, clean shoot. There was no marches on behalf of the victim criminal, and all of that. It was the guy took his chance, aimed a gun at a cop. You don't do that.
No.
Yeah, that happened here to our task force, Aaliyah, 4 or 5 months ago. Bad guy shot them, and he shot one of our guys, and they did a magnificent job. MPD did a magnificent job. They blocked off every road till we rushed this brave law enforcement officer, got him to the hospital, and he's alive. So, yeah, you shoot one of our officers, don't expect to have a protest while you're alive.
You know, and that part of this is cultural. I don't remember this disdain for the police. Why is this in the mindset of so many? It makes no sense to me.
Well, America's changed. When Emory Farmer was mayor, 1990, we had 90 applications for every one spot on MPD. You were proud to work at MPD, Highway Patrol, et cetera, et cetera. We've got to get back to that, make it a desired job. The money's there now. I mean, you can go straight out of high school, go to the academy, and you got a nice life. We've got the pensions improved, benefits improved, so a lot of good things are happening there. Now, you mentioned about these people getting right back on the street. We did some research. The former mayor Todd Strange told me a couple years ago there's probably about 200 really bad guys in Montgomery. Okay, you get rid of them, 99% of your bad stuff goes away. So it's less than 1%. Now they're repeat offenders. Well, why are they repeat offenders? Well, we got to look at our judges a little.
Yeah,
I've started
exactly.
calling out our judges. Yeah. Now I looked at it. Now we've got our judges here are right, kind of right in the middle. Okay, no screaming liberals, and no fry them to their eyeballs, get out, that kind of thing. You remember those days?
Sure. Hang 'em.
Good old Attorney General Baxley. But anyway, what I want them to do is keep the bad guys in jail. I'm not talking about jaywalking, a kid stealing a bicycle. You know, we'll work with those. But if you aim your gun with intent to shoot and kill somebody, in my mind, if I was judge, you forfeited your life to be free. I'm not saying electrocute them. I'm saying just that they do not belong back in society.
Right.
Now, what happened in that Dadeville shooting is I was about last summer, about a year ago.
I remember that.
Yeah.
30 people were shot. 4 people were killed at a kid's birthday party.
Yeah.
Well, what did they get? All right. They pled. I think there were 5 of them that pled to reckless murder. That's a Class A felony, and the recommendations are 10 years to life. Well, what did they get? Well, they'd already been in jail for a year and a half, so they got credit for that. They'll be sentenced for 5 years in jail. They'll probably serve another 2 years. Then what happens? Then they go home and they, as I call it, they bragging rights. Hey man, I killed these people. Now I'm back. That's the problem. Problem with the judges, the prosecutors who let those people go.
How do you deal with that culture though, where they wear that on their sleeve, like I accomplished something?
Well, what you do, you put them in jail long enough that ain't so cool.
Yeah.
Well, you also have part of the culture too. You have people who, the family members of the people who were killed, when those guys come out of prison, they're like, okay, I'm going to take you out now. So you got more people wanting to commit crimes.
You're exactly right. Retaliation, like I said, a small percentage, less than 1% of these people are the problems. A lot of it is retaliation. Well, he didn't respect me, so I'm going to kill him.
That's the thing that
Yeah.
gets me, that bogus concept of respect.
Respect is letting your neighbor live his life.
Yeah, that's exactly what that is. Not, I didn't kiss your ass or bow down to you because you're a bigger gangster than I am.
Yeah.
And that's where this, by the way, I'm not trying to toss the salad here. To me, the most important story I saw this whole weekend came from Cheryl Atkinson, respected journalist, who published a study that said 70% of our high school graduates on a national level graduate because grades are fixed to get them out.
Wow.
This is
Social
another
promotion.
failure.
Absolutely. And we're doing a
70%.
disservice to those kids.
Terrible.
They're getting out. A lot of them cannot even read and write. And that's just
Yeah.
a fact.
And we're seeing that in the colleges as people are coming from a poor high school experience into college. They can't handle college. And
That's
so
right.
people are flunking left and right because they don't know what to do. They don't have the skills needed because their high school experience didn't prepare them.
Guys, can you take a quick break?
Absolutely.
All right. Dr. David Thrasher is our guest. We should be grateful that we have this man in our community, and he hasn't taken off like some of the others who have left us. And again, our population keeps shrinking. Usually when a city is a good place to be, the population grows. That ain't happening here in Montgomery.
It's going everywhere except Montgomery.
Yeah.
We've lost 9,000 people last several years.
Exactly. Have you met? Well, I'll get to that after the thing. We got to talk to him about Tom Horn.
Yeah.
324. Let's get Skipper in for our first traffic check. And then back to Dr. David Crasher and Master Thespian.
We have an accident reported I-85 southbound. This is going to be right past Chantilly. It is off on the right. All lanes are open, but please watch out for these folks on the edge of the roadway. Also had a minor accident earlier, Highway 231 at Jasmine Hill. If you're on your way up to Wetumpka, please watch out there. We think that one may be clear. Light to moderate afternoon traffic all over the area. At McKenna Nissan, you can get a 2026 Frontier for 1.9% for 60 months. See David for all the details. It's worth the drive. McKenna Nissan, exit 212 on 565 in Clanton. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
What does it mean for a nation to be successful? I'm Stephanie Bryan, Tribal Chair and CEO of the Poarch Creek Indians. We believe a successful nation gives back. As we've built economic opportunity and prosperity, the Poarch Creek Indians have been able to give back to our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. More than $37 million since 2021 alone. From education and health care to tornado relief, learn more about our charitable giving at PoarchCreekIndians.org.
And this is a painting of my grandfather, the only one he ever had made.
Sometime, take a close look around your house.
This sewing machine was my Aunt Mary's.
If you have possessions that are irreplaceable, consider this. Each year, over 65,000 American homes suffer a fire due to an electrical problem. Are our possessions safe? To know for sure, call Crosby Electric, your exclusive provider of Current Safe, the world's foremost home diagnostic system. Using high-tech equipment, Crosby Electric will check your hidden wiring, panel box, light switches, and electrical outlets to pinpoint potential problems and make sure your things are safe.
Oh, my daughter's second grade art project. I'd die if something happened to this.
Some things can't be replaced by insurance. Don't wait another day. Call 272-2085 for an in-home no-obligation assessment or visit crosbyelectric.com. Don't just think it's safe. Know it's safe.
Now you'll be safe with Current Safe.
Don't you love the feeling of coming home to a clean house? Let Southern Bells Cleaning Service get your home in order. Families in the River region trust Southern Bells because they know Callan and Jesse will show up on time and believe in cleaning the old-fashioned way. They bring all their own supplies and specialize in full-service, residential, commercial, vacant properties, and construction cleanup. Estimates are always free. Call Southern Bells today at 546-0715 or follow them on Facebook at Southern Bells Cleaning River Region.
Hi, this is Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop. Listen every Saturday to Winning Wellness and learn from experts in different fields of science and technology how nutritional supplements can help you.
Listen to Winning Wellness every Saturday at 10 a.m.
This is Jennifer Pestricelli, General Sales Manager and co-owner of Blue Water Broadcasting. If you're an experienced sales professional ready for more opportunity, more income potential, and more control over your own success, we should talk. At Blue Water, you'll work with local business owners to develop strategic marketing campaigns across 7 radio stations and a growing digital platform, including social, streaming, and targeted advertising. Outside sales experience is required. Media or digital experience is a plus. If you're ready for a career move that rewards performance, send us your resume today. BlueWaterBroadcasting.com.
The River Region's first and only news talk station on FM. Live, local talk. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Come on. Come on.
That's a good song. That should be Iran's national anthem, actually. But we're mad about things happening right here on our own doorstep in Montgomery, Alabama, and a one-man juggernaut, Dr. David L. Thrasher, Hall of Fame. I almost called him a musician.
I'll take it.
I got it on my mind because Styx is coming to town and they're not in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. And we were talking about that this morning. I used to work for them.
He's in the Hall of Fame music. Yeah.
So just as we were talking about crime statistics and the great fudging, here's a headline on WSFA. which never has a bad thing to say about our mayor. Never
Oh,
a discouraging
never.
word.
Never.
Mayor Reed pushes back on Montgomery crime narrative as lawmakers weigh police takeover and gun ID bill. My listeners, the people that listen to this radio station, are very much in support of that. Is it HB 298?
298, Will Barfoot, Senate Bill 298,
Yeah.
which should be voted on and should be passed in the next tomorrow or the next day by the House.
It'll take time though for the actions in that bill to reverberate down to
Greg,
the
he's
city.
giving them 5 years. This is not.
Yeah.
I mean, if we don't get our job done in 5 years, we should all be hollering for help.
Yes.
And that's the problem. We're not in this together. It's us versus them, and I don't get that. Now, Amy Dix, we all know that about her. She came down and addressed the House last week and said, "Look at you. This is what inaction does," to point to her in a wheelchair.
Yeah.
Please don't let my paralysis go in vain. She's pleading for more police officers. She said, not criticizing our MPD. They do the best they can. Excuse me, they do a good job. They solve crimes better than the national average. Probably 70% of homicides are solved here. We do good there, but we simply don't have enough of them. And that's what she said. My paralysis should not have happened if there were adequate cops on the street.
This is an oversimplification. It's just my theory, but bad guys tend to operate in places where they think they're going to get away with it.
Yep.
Let me tell you where those bad guys partially came from, and they were in a battle. They came from Millbrook to have a battle with a Montgomery gang.
Oh, that's
and
nice.
so you don't come to Fort Knox to rob the bank, okay? You come where the flags are up. Hey, we're open for business, and that's what we are.
Yeah.
Crime's open for business.
Sometimes we mistakenly think that these things don't exist in Millbrook or Prattville. I've heard stories.
Yeah.
But when you go to Millbrook or Prattville or Wetumpka, you see a police presence, not a police state,
Yep.
but you just know that if you call 911, somebody's going to answer the damn phone,
Yeah.
and it won't take 2 hours for a cop to arrive at an accident. What was this? Pardon my language, I'm starting to get worked up here. And I'm doing this is good for my heart, right? If I get this out,
Yep. Go for it.
that
Dr. Thrash could do CPR. He's good.
well, we keep this handy here, Doc, just in case.
Clear.
In case I keel over in the middle of this.
No mouth to mouth on you, Bubba.
How about after I ate this delicious Cadbury cream egg that Master Thespian snuck in? You're doing this in front of a Hall of Fame surgeon bringing in deadly candy like this?
Sure,
Thank you. I
sure.
appreciate it, though.
No, but I'm evil that way.
Well, I'm smoking my candy cigarette.
So anyway, your point. What were you talking about?
I don't remember.
Okay. It's about criminals, right? Yeah. And here's the thing: that criminals are ultimately predators, and predators are going to go where the goods are.
Well,
And you're talking about Millbrook and Prattville. They have their share of crime, but because there's a police presence there, they're more careful about what they do.
Yeah.
Here,
Yeah.
You know?
Y'all remember the famous bank robber, Willie Sutton. And he
Yes.
finally
Oh, yeah.
got arrested. Well, why you rob banks? He said, that's where the money's at.
Exactly.
Well, you go where the money's at.
Yeah.
You know?
yeah.
But let me say one thing, Greg. People say, well, one person can't make a difference. Well, I'll tell you this last week where one person made a difference. Then it spread to other people. Deanna Keel. She's a lady. I'm not going to tell you where she lives. She had been going to, let's just say, authorities for a long time, complaining about a sex offender living near my old elementary school, Dalreda.
Oh, wow.
At the time was in my opinion, was the best elementary school in Montgomery. Complained that a sex offender was in her neighborhood. We all know if you're convicted of that, you have to register, you have to do all these things, and it can't be within certain distance of a school.
Yeah.
She complained and put it on social media. Somebody called me, and then I called Julie Beard, the great city councilman there, and I called Aaliyah. And then this all happened with a matter of hours. A.Z. Oliver, our great district attorney, please vote for her when her election comes up, because she is taking names and kicking butt. She's a black female, and that's what we need in that position, who does not believe in crime, okay? Does not believe in criminals. She said, don't worry, this guy's not going to be there. Now, also know it's tough for sex offenders to find places to stay. Nobody wants them. I get that, but that's not my problem. That's not your problem. That's not the school's problem. That's the court's problem, the judge's problem. Find somewhere, put them away from a school. There's plenty of places in America that's not close to a school or children.
Yeah.
What was this person's crime? Molesting a 6-year-old girl. So give me a break. Get her out of my neighborhood. All right. Julie Beard got on that thing, and Aaliyah got on it, and that is solved. Now, during that these few hours when this was going on, another person called and say, "Look, we knew about this person, but right down the street, it's a rental, and the Airbnb. And matter of fact, the city council is going to talk about that today. A lot of problems with that. Anyway, they were saying we tried to get them out. There's a bunch of people there. Their cars. They're sleeping outside. They're doing drugs, et cetera, et cetera. We've called. I'm just going to say they've called authorities, and nothing. They were told that nothing could be done.
That's what people hear all the time.
When they told me that, I called Julie Beard, and then I called Aaliyah. I won't tell you the names, but it was the top. Okay, within 12 hours, they did a sting on that house, busted them, 5 arrests. I'm not going to say where because it's still going on. They're still trying to catch another one. Guns everywhere. All of them had warrants for their arrests. Okay, so that's what one person can do. So don't think you can't do something. So instead of just complaining on social media, and that's fine to let them know, but call your city councilman, call Greg right here, or call me, and plenty of people will try to get help, but just don't complain about things without trying to find a solution. That's what we're trying to do.
I heard in my old neighborhood of Arrowhead, there was...
they're complaining about that right now, as they should.
Yeah, but the whole idea that a group of people, it's a rental house, it has rules, what you can and can't do, they don't care. Wild, loud parties, menacing, anybody else in the community. It's just not wired for that kind of behavior to begin with.
Yeah.
And just the mindset that we're going to do this, we don't care, we have no respect or regard for your schedule, your sleeping hours, or anything else. We're just going to be the worst neighbors we can be.
Oh, wow.
A lot of cities, including Auburn, have restrictions on that. So I don't know what's happening today at City Council, but that has to be addressed because that's, you have 10 hoodlums shacked up at a house doing drugs, whatever, and good neighborhoods. The neighborhood I'm talking about, this happened, is where I grew up. These are fine neighborhoods that still most people keep the yards up. There's not a prettier place in Dalraida this time of year where the azaleas and the dogwoods blooming. And that's where, but that place is getting cleaned up.
Well,
because of Aaliyah, not because of what we've been doing here for before. Give this task force all the credit in the world.
The harder you work, the more you come up with, the deeper this mayor digs in on his own ignorant take. I also think in part, and I'm just speculating out loud here, that he's resentful because of his father's situation, does not have a good attitude towards law enforcement, perhaps from that. I don't know. I'm not a psychologist. But he has said on the record and was caught on that tape, leave. I don't care. Mayors, that's not how mayors are supposed to think. They're supposed to be working on ways to bring people in to grow the city.
Right.
To have opportunities for jobs. So maybe some of these youths.
Yeah, and see, that's like the attitude that Governor Hochul, Kathy Hochul in New York has. She's upset that all these people are leaving. He's like, I beg you, come back so you can pay taxes. It's like, doesn't work that way, kid.
I can't believe we have that level of monument. This is why right now, though, the good news in this, for all the anti-Trump hatred and all the hand-wringing and gnashing of teeth over Iran and gas prices and everything else, the Democrats have gone so far off the deep end that right now, in the midterms, the Republicans have a 5-point advantage. Because what do the Democrats have? Lunacy.
Yeah.
That's what they've got. Yeah. It's just a matter of who's craziest.
Yeah.
That's why this stuff needs to get resolved and moving in the right direction.
Now, the southern states have been the beneficiary of Washington, New York, and California.
Yes.
People are leaving the insane asylum and going for a better life. Alabama is getting a lot of that fluctuation too.
Sure.
Huntsville is exploding for the good reasons.
There's a lot of stuff going on in Huntsville with the space industry, with the industry in general. I mean, they have a climate there that is very business oriented. They want people to come and to create jobs and
In the
to build
meantime,
factories.
they elect a crackpot, a socialist crackpot, to run New York.
Yeah.
And the big firms, they're already
bailing
out.
Because the first people to leave any city that elects that kind of leadership, and I don't know how it happens, the first people to leave are the people with money because they can afford it. If they have to leave a house, sit behind and rot, they'll do it because, okay, I'll just write it off as a loss. They can go. And to hear Governor Hochul of New York, pardon me, that's a hard name to pronounce, actually going on TV and saying, hey, all you people that I ran off with my previous tax threats, come back so you can pay some taxes here again and pay even more. That's why the Republicans still enjoy something of an edge. Not that that's encased in dry cement. This is the craziness that's America. The socialist movement is alive and well, and it's the big cities.
It is, and Montgomery is a beautiful city. Alabama is a beautiful state.
Yes,
we have a lot of people come in. You mentioned Huntsville. Well, I've been involved with Eli Lilly on and off since the COVID pandemic because they made the first infusions we did. And I've been working with them for 4 years. Now they got a $6 billion investment at Huntsville. And I'm meeting this Friday with them, Hudson Alpha, and 4 more entities. We're going to try to expand that all over Alabama to improve health care, primarily in the rural areas. That's our big problem in Alabama.
Here's just another because we had to take, actually, we're past 2 minutes. We'll take another minute now. Can you stay a while longer? This whole idea that the mayor is digging in against a state takeover, I would think if I had a town and I had troublemakers and problems and my current police force couldn't keep up with it, I would welcome an offer from the state to help out, to make it better for the average person who wants to live their life and feel safe. He won't do that. This is an ego thing. This has nothing to do with what's best or in the public interest. It's ego. We take a break. I'm starting to feel conversation.
I'm going to follow up on that because remember when your people that we a public outcry got the task force done. Before that, he didn't want any state, no state.
Right.
Yeah. Now he said, I want any state. Same deal. Same thing. I'm going to mention that next.
Exactly.
All right, we're at 342. Brad McDonald.
Well, our latest accident, Highway 31 near Windywood. That's right past Highway 80 if you're headed out towards Hyundai. Please use caution there. Very busy building traffic around the Montgomery area. Interstates, boulevards, Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting light to mostly moderate traffic. Great shopping at Premier Place, Shop Kato Fashion, Sally Beauty, Professional and Spa, America's Best Contacts and Eyeglasses, and more. Premier Place in Prattville, another great McClinton & Company development. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
News is brought to you by Bath Innovations. Call Bath Innovations today to schedule your free in-home consultation.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, here's today's top stories. Starting today, you can fly straight to Houston from Montgomery Regional Airport. United joins Delta and American as the newest airline at Montgomery Regional. The flight will be United Express, operated by SkyWest Airlines, with nonstop service twice a day to Houston. 2 people are in critical condition after being shot Monday night in Montgomery. The incident happened just off Zelda Road in the 200 block of Gatsby Drive. MPD responded to the area just before 7 p.m. where an adult male and a juvenile were wounded by gunfire. Details are limited. No further information was made available. Montgomery police have charged a man with murder following a fatal weekend shooting. MPD responded to the 4100 block of Piedmont Drive Sunday afternoon where 29-year-old Jamichael Menorah was wounded by gunfire. Menorah later died at a local hospital. 29-year-old William Slater was arrested and charged with the murder. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
Bath Innovations of Alabama can replace your old bathtub with a low-step shower featuring built-in seating, secure grab bars, and slip-resistant flooring, often installed in as little as 1 day. Call Bath Innovations of Alabama today to schedule your free in-home consultation.
Alabama weather will never fail to surprise you. Our lawns hardly get a chance to have any downtime, and as usual, it's already time to start getting ready for spring. This year, save the hard work and aggravation and call Alabama Lawns, the River Region's leader in weed control and fertilization services. What makes Alabama Lawns the River Region's best? It's the people. They have the experience, education, and commitment to customer satisfaction. Ask your neighbors. Alabama Lawns has been the Montgomery Advertiser's Reader's Choice Award winner 14 years in a row. The Alabama Lawn staff is made up of long-term employees and agronomy graduates, and the staff at Alabama Lawns attend annual continuing education classes. It pays to have someone that knows southern grass types and how to keep them green and flourishing. Call Alabama Lawns today at 272-7171 and let them show you real value in lawn maintenance service. Alabama Lawns, the company with black trucks and green lawns.
This is a special alert to all Americans who own a vehicle with less than 200,000 miles with an auto warranty about to expire or with no warranty coverage at all. Due to a decline in the economy, CarShield is announcing a low-cost month-to-month vehicle protection plan that is now available to the public to save any driver out-of-pocket expenses on future auto repairs. Call now to find out how you can pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. Yes, you heard that correctly. Pay almost nothing for covered auto repairs. An open phone line has been established for all drivers to call for a free quick quote. Call 800-478-6430 now. Drivers who are covered will not have to pay for covered repairs again. This protection plan is at an all-time low. Additionally, drivers who activate this vehicle protection today will also receive free roadside assistance, free towing, and car rental options at no additional cost. Call us for your free quick quote today. 800-478-6430. That's 800-478-6430. What do you have to lose? Call 800-478-6430. Again, 800-478-6430.
The employees of Adams Drugs would like to thank you for trusting us with your health care in 2025. We look forward to serving you and your family in 2026. You will continue to enjoy the same services such as immunizations, compounding, medication therapy management, delivery service, and wellness clinics, to name a few. Looking for that perfect gift for a loved one? Visit our Emily B. gift shop and find everything from Tyler candles to scout bags. Gift wrapping is available. If you have not visited Adams Drugs and experienced the award-winning customer service, we ask you to consider us for your prescription care in 2026. We have 12 convenient locations to serve you in the River Region. 8 in Montgomery, 1 in Wetumpka, Prattville, Millbrook, and Pine Level, Marbury. Please find us at adamsdrugs.net for the location that is nearest to you. Adams Drugs is your local, independently owned Health Mart pharmacy. Health Mart, taking the time to listen and care.
A new year brings new opportunities, and right now the market is starting to shift.
Interest rates are beginning to come down, which means more buying power and more options for buyers who've been waiting.
If you're thinking about buying a home, this could be the moment to take that next step.
And whether you're buying, selling, or investing, having experience on your side matters more than ever.
At Hannah and Eddie Realty Group, we're also growing our team.
If you're an experienced agent ready to make a difference in this market and want to be part of a team that values knowledge, support, and results, call Hannah and Eddie Realty Group, where opportunity meets experience.
Rich Thomas Weather is brought to you by Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. It's time to schedule your spring tune-up with Clark Heating, Air, and Plumbing. Don't wait. Schedule today. Give them a call at 334-277-2125. Alabama certification number 88007.
Rich Thomas Weather.
After a nice day today, we're in for another chilly night tonight. Clear to partly cloudy, overnight low temperature down to about 50. Tomorrow we'll say partly sunny with a high temperature in the middle 70s. Perhaps a few widely scattered isolated showers Wednesday night, but not many. Then back to dry weather on Thursday with a high around 74, partly sunny. And we're up near 80, I think, by Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray to Publix. Live, local talk. The River Region's most trusted voice for news and opinion. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
Almost time once again
for the masters. A jungle without a tiger. As Tiger Woods steps away from golf to work on his personal driving skills. Absent from Augusta, along with the television ratings. For the Masters. This week on CBS.
So, Dr. David Thrasher, are you a golfing doctor?
No, I'm probably the only doctor living that doesn't play golf or drink coffee.
That does make you unique. And there's nothing wrong with that, by the way.
Yeah.
Let me run this comment from a listener past you, sir, along with Master Thespian here this afternoon.
Yes.
Panel that returns tomorrow. When it comes to Mayor Stephen Reed, it's not an ego thing with him. It's a narcissistic, high-opinionated, self-absorbed thing with him. And Montgomery, he thinks he's king, and he'll never care about Montgomery being the capital of Alabama. I do believe, reading into behavior, that perhaps he saw the mayor, being mayor here as a springboard. Did so much media, if you'll remember, on what is now MS Now and CNN, who will listen to anybody as an expert. So I don't know what his long-term ambitions are, but I do know this. Senator Tuberville has said it. Unless there's something we don't know about, we don't see coming, he's going to be the next governor. And he said, quote, the cavalry is coming. Because I asked him about the high crime and the fear in this city. Don't worry, the cavalry is coming. There are things that a governor can do, right? If they believe that one of the municipalities in the state is not doing its job.
Absolutely. I quail hunted with a coach about a month ago, asked him the same thing. He said, I'll bring in the National Guard tomorrow. So, well, Coach, wait just a little bit now, but keep that in your back pocket. Yeah. Now, let me say this. Governor Ivey's doing everything she can do. She's doing great. She's gave us $3.1 million a year for Aaliyah for downtown, doing everything she can. And Governor Coach Governor Tuberville is not going to miss a beat. He told me he's going to. As y'all know, the Blunt Mansion has been given to the state, and it's for the governor. He told me he's going to get that fixed up and live there. I hope he does.
Wow,
I have no.
Where is that?
That would be huge. It's over beside ASF. Alabama Shakespeare
that's
Festival.
right. Yeah,
It's nice.
It's a beautiful. I went in there when Red was alive. It's a beautiful gift to the city of Montgomery.
You can access it off of Vaughn Road. It's got a secure.
Yeah, the current place, though. Oh, I know where that is.
Yeah.
Up in the hill.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
How about that?
It's beautiful scenery.
The current location, you're driving through that area, and it looks run down and almost.
And you got gunshots happening all the time.
Dangerous, yeah. By the way, I like the governor. I was talking about
She's
her the
been
other
very
day.
good. I'll go on record. Everything I've asked her to do. She's the one that listened to us and got the task force. Okay, if you recall,
Reed was against the task force too, correct?
yeah, the mayor did not want the state intervene, didn't want it, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And as you know, the on your radio, your listeners and everybody else been calling the governor, our senators, and Governor Ivey signed it, the task force. Okay, then they brought the task force in. They started taking names and kicking butts immediately. And on the press conference, Mayor Reed took credit for that. If you remember, the Attorney General blasted him and said he had nothing to do with this. This became because of the citizens of Montgomery were mad. Now that same mentality applies right now with Senator Barfoot's bill, 298, where all we want is insurance. If we can't do our job in 5 years, let the state help. That's all it says. No taxation. There's money there. There's $100 million in the last 4 years, if you count budgeted, unspent, MPD, and Parks and Rec. Just MPD is $50 million. There's not going to be any more taxes. Now the mayor wants an occupational tax, all that stuff. Emory Farmer always called that the working man's tax. Okay, I don't want. I told them, if I knew that money could be earmarked for certain things, like public safety, with somebody else in charge, I might consider it. But I'm not going to give them another blanket check to fly over the United States campaigning for Harris and whoever else your buddies might be. I don't want that.
Exactly.
Yeah, I know somebody who's sat next to him in first class twice, just at random. Always flying back from somewhere. You know, these
Must be nice.
That's where they come up. The liberals get together with their. It's like that's a real think tank there, not a big one, and come up with brilliant ideas like defund the police. And what was this? We talked about it briefly. There's so much news; it's hard to give anything the time it's due. Which is one reason I'm glad you're here, because we really don't spend enough time. But what happens in D.C. affects everything everywhere. So. All news is local.
My children just came back from, my middle child just came back from D.C. You could walk anywhere you want to. There was no crime there. I went there about 6 years ago, and I was afraid for my life. In the same hotel I was in, this poor man just got mugged by 5 thugs and killed. But point being is, like it or not, when Trump sent in the National Guard, he cleaned house.
Yeah, well, when you mean business and then you take the action, that's what we don't see here. So we come up with cockamamie things like some agency, some outside thing that we hire to show up at accidents. You know from what you do, sir, that not every car accident ends with even-tempered people willing to calmly discuss what just happened. We've heard the term road rage and stuff. You can't send a civilian to an accident scene when everything is really raw.
But Greg, you don't think? I think you're mistaken. Shouldn't we have spent that $1.9 million to those people in Louisiana? They need money. Our sheriffs couldn't handle that. Our people in Montgomery couldn't handle that. We have to go to Louisiana. I think our second choice was Baltimore. I'm being facetious here, guys.
Yeah, no, we got you. In fact, that Cheryl Atkinson thing I mentioned, because education is part of this.
Yeah.
The absolute catastrophic failure of our education, because it's all about money and numbers and greasing people through whether they're ready or not. Then what do we have? People that can't read at 5th grade level when they're 18 years old is beyond pathetic.
You mentioned defunding police. That was the national mood, at least up north, and some of the blue cities down south, ours included, to defund the police. Okay, well, how'd that work out? Well, San Francisco, a lot of these places got rid of their source-backed DAs. Just today, Boston said, "Hey, we made a big mistake." They did that, and instead of bringing a cop to a domestic violence or something, they would send a kumbaya counselor, and the kumbaya counselor today got called in, and fortunately, there was a policeman close by. The policeman was attacked by the person in the house they were going to see with a sword, and
with a sword,
and attacked the counselor. Bless his heart, but the attacker is no longer with us. Let's just say that. My point being, that's how cops get killed. That's how people get killed. And it's a domestic violence thing. You don't send in me. You don't send you. You don't send a social worker in when somebody's ticked off. Everybody's got a gun in the South. You better assume he's got a gun, and you want somebody trained to take care of that, and with body armor.
Yeah, it's just so ridiculous that. How's our 911 system performing? Are we still
Thank
having
you.
issues there?
Reed Ingram just got a bill passed that basically says same thing that we're trying to do with Will Barford's. If 911 cannot do the job and they'll be monitored, the state can take it over. You can do 911 from Alaska. It's just a phone call.
Yeah.
All right. We have gotten better over the last year, but we're still the worst in the state except for Birmingham. Okay. Delayed calls, unanswered calls. We don't have the personnel, and the people I've talked to down there, we don't have leadership. I'm not personally connected enough to tell you about that, but it's been a disaster in the last 4 years. I think it's going to get better. If it doesn't, we got a solution now.
Yeah.
Interesting thing, and then we have to go to our top of the hour break here.
Yeah.
The Boston Red Sox opened their season at home, and for reasons unknown to me, thought it would be a good idea to invite the mayor of Boston, who is a total loon. Michelle Wu, I think is her name.
Yes.
Totally.
What did she do? What did she say?
she's another defund the police and all that. And they had a couple of other politicians there, and the crowd booed their ass off.
Constantly booed them.
Yeah. And so why do they keep electing the same jokers and expect something different? It makes no sense to me.
I wonder if Boston has voter ID. I bet they don't.
No, that's another thing.
So
that
maybe
speaks to the sickness in D.C.
That's the
that
problem.
you have one issue in this country that's 80-20 across the political parties, and those SOBs
Probably
can't bring
90-10. Everybody believes you all have a ID. If you come into my office, we want to see your ID. You don't get an airplane, your ID. What's the big deal?
What's our citizenship worth if you don't have to show it once in a while? It's just so insane. We have to take a break. And my eye is driving me.
When you come back, I also research where the crime is in Montgomery. We can do that after the break.
I would love that. Thank you, sir.
Good, yes.
All
right.
I would venture to say if there's one team that plays when it comes to making things well, that plays in the same ballpark as our distinguished doctor, our Hall of Fame doctor here at Thrasher, it's Don Duncan with cars.
Oh, absolutely.
I think there's a parallel there.
Absolutely.
They make cars healthy the way he brings human beings back to life. Cars that, here's the thing. Who do you trust?
Yes, exactly.
I don't know that online reviews still carry the weight that they used to. It's often a word of mouth. Where do you take your car when you need the oil changed or you have a repair issue? Don Duncan All-American Auto and Tire has assumed that through hard work, great customer service, top-notch people over the last 15 years here in the River region with a location downtown at 408 Madison. Doug Mitchell leads a group on Bell Road next to one. I just made my 26th successful round trip to New Orleans in my car. They take care of it. Before I leave, I do the preventive maintenance stuff. That's a smart move because I've never had a problem. And then Millbrook served twice on Cusada and high atop Mount Duncan. You need tires, Don Duncan. You need wiper blades, Don Duncan. Just partner up with these people, and you never have to think, A, about the quality of the service or products you're getting, and the customer service will prove itself over and over and over again. Look for them online at Don Duncan All-American Auto and Tire on Facebook. Learn about the VIP Club and set yourself up for a free service at Don Duncan Auto and Tire. 4 o'clock. Here's traffic.
Well, we continue to be very busy this afternoon, and we did have an accident earlier, Highway 31 at Windywood Drive. That is right past Highway 80, Selma Highway on your way out to Hyundai. Busy building traffic around Montgomery. Interstates, boulevards are all getting more busy this afternoon. Prattville, Millbrook, Wetumpka reporting light to mostly moderate traffic. Keep it here. We'll update you if any other accidents happen. McKinnon Toyota has the Toyota you want, plus small town service and the lowest tax rates in Alabama. Family owned and operated, it's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up with the Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
If you own a home and need cash, you can unlock thousands of dollars from your home equity quickly and easily. Call LendGo today at 888-407-7095. At LendGo, you can find out how much cash you could get with a home equity loan in just 2 minutes. It's free, there's no obligation, and it won't affect your credit score. Use the money for anything. Pay off high-interest debt, make home improvements, or just give your budget some breathing room. Best of all, you keep your low mortgage rate while you're getting the cash you need. See how much you can get today. Call 888-407-7095. That's 888-407-7095. Or visit lendgo.com. That's LENDGO.com. Homeowners nationwide are doing it. Now it's your turn. Call 888-407-7095 today. LendGo, where homeowners go to get cash. 888-407-7095.
I'm Stephanie Bryan, chairwoman of the Porch Creek Indians. Tourism and hospitality are more than industries to the Porch Creek Indians. Providing a warm welcome is part of our heritage. It's central to who we are. From Atmore to Aruba, we've created more than 20 unique travel and tourism destinations, providing unforgettable guest experiences and life-changing career opportunities for our tribe and our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. Learn more at porchcreekindians.org.
The 22nd Annual Autism Crawfish Boil benefiting Easter Seals of Central Alabama is April 11th at Riverwalk Stadium. Proceeds from this fun family event benefit autism programs at Easter Seals of Central Alabama. Enjoy all-you-can-eat crawfish, live music, and even a baseball game. The Autism Crawfish Boil, April 11th at Riverwalk Stadium. Stay and eat or grab them to go. Scan or visit mudbugball.com to purchase tickets and get info on curbside pickup.
It's April 7th, the greatest day ever. On the 7th of April, 1970, legendary actor John Wayne won his first and only Academy Award for Best Actor for his role in True Grit. Wayne thanked the Academy, his parents, his wife, his agent. He thanked the film's director and gave a special nod to his fellow nominees. But most of all, John Wayne thanked his high school drama teacher. I guess that's all the time we have. Have a great April 7th, the greatest day ever.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With SRN News, I'm Bob Agnew in Washington. President Trump has extended his deadline for Iran to cut a deal and reopen the Strait of Hormuz until 8 p.m. Eastern time tonight. And he says that this is his last delay in that deadline and that they will, quote, have hell rain down on them if they do not comply. Vice President J.D. Vance in Hungary today to support Prime Minister Viktor Orban's re-election bid. Vance's visit to Budapest marks a clear endorsement from President Trump's administration for Orban, who's been trailing in the polls ahead of Sunday's election. After an historic trip around the moon, it was the Artemis II spaceship now heading back toward Earth. It is destined for a Sunday splashdown off the coast of San Diego. On Wall Street at the closing bell, the Dow was down 73 points. The S&P 500 picked up about 6. This is SRN News.
Just hearing the word IRS can make people break out in a cold sweat. No one wants to deal with the IRS, and now you don't have to. The good news is Legal Tax Defense has been successfully negotiating with the IRS for more than 15 years. It doesn't matter how much you owe, whether it's $5,000 or $5 million. You deserve the best in the business on your side, and that is Legal Tax Defense. Even if you're working with someone else and just want a second opinion, there is no cost or obligation to call. They can prevent levies, liens, wage garnishments, even file back tax returns. And the best news about Legal Tax Defense is they won't take your case unless they know they will reduce or eliminate your tax debt. Call Legal Tax Defense right now for a free, no-risk consultation. 800-292-7875. 800-292-7875. You have nothing to lose, but everything to gain. 800-292-7875.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network, brought to you by Montgomery Paint and Body. From little fender benders to total body repair, MPB will fix it good as new, maybe better. For 4 decades, the Turner family has been getting you back on the road. Call 279-7325.
After a nice day today, we're in for another chilly night tonight. Clear to partly cloudy, overnight low temperature down to about 50. Tomorrow we'll say partly sunny with a high temperature in the middle 70s. Perhaps a few widely scattered isolated showers Wednesday night, but not many. Then back to dry weather on Thursday with a high around 74, partly sunny. And we're up near 80, I think, by Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Feeling the pressure of high credit card rates? ASC Credit Union has you covered with a low 1.99% APR on balance transfers. Move your balances in March or April and lock in that 1.99% rate through your October statement. Visit ASC Credit Union today. Federally insured by NCUA. Terms and conditions apply.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
Well, Montgomery Crime with Dr. David Thrasher after this break.
Running a facility is already demanding. You don't have time for miscleaning, sick days, or inconsistent results. At Janney King Gulf Coast, we have a proven method to solve those problems. Our franchise owners are trained and supported, and our franchise model means the people cleaning your building care about the outcome as much as you do. If your cleaning company is creating more work instead of preventing it, it's time for a clean that you can count on. Visit JaneyKingCleans.com to learn more.
Hi, this is Bo Goodson from the Goodson Group with your Real Estate Minute. Here in the River region, thousands of hardworking folks will be buying a home, some for the first time. How do you know you are buying the right home? It starts with research. A buyer's agent can help you in your search, providing a list of homes you may not be aware of or know about. At the same time, a meeting with a local lender to find out exactly what you qualify for and how much it will cost at closing and monthly. A list of needs and wants provided to your agent will help them locate properties that match those needs. An example would be bedrooms, baths, school zones, floor plan requests will also help. Start shopping and look at homes and compare and make a list of pluses and minuses for each home. Compare them with your agent to narrow the field. After you work out the contract, appraisals and inspections come next, and then the closing. For more details, call Bo Goodson at the Goodson Group, 221-2883. That's 221-2883.
Clogged drain? Overflowing septic? Don't panic. Call the experts who've been solving plumbing problems in the river region for more than 50 years. The Tierce family's local Roto-Rooter team specializes in fast drain cleaning, septic repair, and installation. One call and your troubles are on their way down the drain. That's 272-7130 or visit rotorouteralabama.com. Roto-Rooter, always here when you need us.
Oh, Roto-Rooter, that's the name. And we go troubles down the drain. Roto-Rooter.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
What's going on with the
Well, we continue to be very busy this afternoon, and we did have an accident earlier, Highway 31 at Windywood Drive. That is right past Highway 80, Selma Highway on your way out to Hyundai. Busy building traffic around Montgomery. Interstates, boulevards are all getting more busy this afternoon. Prattville, Milbert, and Wetumpka reporting light to mostly moderate traffic. Keep it here. We'll update you if any other accidents happen. McKinnon Toyota has the Toyota you want, plus small town service and the lowest tax rates in Alabama. Family owned and operated. It's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up with the Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
The River Region's News Talk Station. News Talk 93.1, WACV. News Talk 93.1.
Boston, the shovel of news today is that it's National No Housework Day, and I completely failed to observe that rule.
Oh, man.
I got the dishwasher going. I changed the cat litter box. Wow. My car looks like it needs an excavation. I mean, even Donnie Turner saw it this morning.
Does it need an excavation or does it need an exorcism?
I'm probably more of an excavation. It's embarrassing, but I'm a busy guy. What can I tell you? Dr. David Thrasher is our guest. We're talking about crime in Montgomery, and now we want to talk about specifically where is the crime? What areas are being, I hate this term, underserved. That means we're not giving enough freebies to this group or that group.
Yeah.
But underserved in terms of police availability, that seems to be the whole city. But where is it particularly bad?
Well, Greg, we said that majority of the crime are from repeat offenders. If we could eliminate those 200 bad guys, we'd be in pretty good shape. Same thing is where the crime exists. I've looked at that, and the four hot spots, probably over 50% of the crime occurs on the Western South Boulevard and the Old Selma Highway. Number two, Troy Highway. We knew all the problems they had with the Latino murders last year.
Right.
Norman Bridge and South Court, and it will surprise you where we're sitting right now. Carmichael, particularly the motels and hotels here.
Yeah.
And if I was on the city council, I said, let's look and see who owns those hotels and why there's so many murders, robberies, rapes occurring right here on Carmichael.
Hyundai just opened a new store there. I was intrigued with the location. And I heard rumors that as part of their deal to locate there, the city made promises about cleaning out some of that. But there was a 12-month period where we had 6 murders right up the street from the station.
Yes. That's right.
Yes.
And I don't know if they've moved, but I talked to somebody who's on the board of the American Red Cross. That's where they are, and they're trying to get out of here as fast as they can.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, I think that they built I think it's a Hyundai dealership.
Mm-hmm.
So they cleaned out a lot of that forest that they were living in. And one of those motels, or maybe 2 of those motels, burned to the ground. No, one burned to the ground, the other they tore down.
Yeah.
So that was a place where they were hanging out.
Well, I come to work down this road at usually about 4:45. One morning there had been an accident somewhere not far from here on Carmichael, and there were women gathered on the street trying to take a peek at what was going on around the Mars lights, and they were all wearing basically what I would describe best as cellophane dresses.
Oh, wow.
Seriously. It's like a free peep show at 4:45 in the morning. It was not intriguing or engaging because it spoke to who's staying in those buildings on the corner.
Yep.
Yeah.
The one gas station put up a fence so that people couldn't access the side of the building.
Yeah.
Nobody should have to do that, but this is the time in which we live, and the people that are best positioned to change it don't seem real interested in doing that. And that's what we're here to talk about, Dr. Thrasher.
Well, and there's another thing that the person that just called in, Bo Holt, who's a frequent listener of us.
Yes.
He posted on Facebook this morning about a problem he's got in his neighborhood. There's a house catty corner across from where he lives. He lives on Narrow Lane Road. It's constantly having noise problems.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing is the yard is full of cars. Some of them on jacks, some of them in various states of repair. That's supposed to be against the law. So he's reported that to the police.
Yeah, what was he
filed
told?
a complaint.
I heard a little bit
He
about
was told, well, there's nothing, we've investigated and there's nothing to see here.
Well,
That's what they were told.
That's what the people that I reported on earlier were told. Aaliyah got involved in 12 hours. They were arrested. I would encourage them to let somebody know, and we will get the task force to look at that. If it's legal to do something. Sometimes I get it. You can't do, what you want. But have Bo call the station and tell them where it is, and we'll see what we can do.
Yeah, and it's just a problem in that neighborhood because
I know.
The house across the street has now gone up for sale, but it's just having to deal with it constantly. The noise, the mess.
I know exactly what it is. Let me tell you what happened to my partner roughly a year ago. On that road, a car passed him, kind of cut him off, and he honked his horn. I've reported this before. The car backed down, got level with him, and shot into his car. Miracle my partner wasn't killed. That was Narrow Lane Road. I know exactly which house you're talking about.
I just received. By the way, feel free to call and join the conversation at 272-9228. What's happening in your Montgomery neighborhood, or what used to happen in your neighborhood now that you live in Prattville or Millbrook or Wetumpka? Here's a friend who says, Delreta, big problems, recent arrests, drugs, murders. Is it Pelzer Road?
Pelzer
is one of them. Georgetown's another that they popped this week.
Drag racing all hours, running red lights and stop signs. And yeah, some of the driving is, what do you got, a death wish? I mean, we're not talking about somebody who's going 10 miles an hour over the limit. We're talking about people that have zero regard for anybody else.
And it's a residential neighborhood. Pelzer stretches from Delreta all the way across to Federal. And it crosses.
All right, we got calls. Let's grab these.
Okay.
Good afternoon. Who's on the radio with us?
Hey, this is my name's George.
Hi, George.
Love your show, bud. I just was listening to y'all.
Say hi to
and,
Dr. Thrasher.
Hey, how you doing?
Hey, George.
Y'all were talking about vehicles being parked in the yard, and it was funny to me that a very close friend of mine, it's been several years ago, but he actually used to live right off of Harrison Road, and actually had a police officer that lived next door to him. And my friend had bought a new antique Corvette, and pretty red Corvette, and you know the houses over there, you know, you got pretty small front yards, and you got your driveway, you don't have much parking. He would park his Corvette in the front yard, wash it, clean it, and sometimes leave it there. And he was notified and told he could not leave his Corvette parked in the front yard. But the police officer had come home one day, and we called him out there. He parked his police car in the front yard, just like the Corvette, identical to it. Parked it in the grass. And he said, well, I move mine every 24 hours because I leave and go back to work, so I can park in my front yard. He's like, but you're leaving ruts in your yard because you're in and out every day. He said, mine's just sitting here, and because I just watched it. And I thought that was mighty funny that he could park his in the front yard, but my buddy had to move his vet.
Huh.
Personally, I would love a police car about every 2 blocks on my yeah.
But I don't want you getting on to me for parking my car.
I get you. I
Just
get
like
you.
I see the point. When you're parking yours in the front yard.
Yeah, park them on the streets what I want the police to do.
That's true. Unless you're washing it and you don't have room, but that's the closest thing to your water hose. All right, guys, enjoy the show.
No, you appreciate the call. And this is
Bud.
Bud.
Yes, I was calling about a similar situation. I thought at some point it was illegal to park the cars on the grass in Montgomery.
That's what I thought too.
And then also I had
supposed to be.
I had a question too about what can we do about the trash that's all over town? How can we get people out to pick up the trash, or should it be a trash pickup day or something? Just the debris and the trash all over the city.
Yeah, that is a phenomenon of more recent vintage. And I do these silly little bike videos that I put on Facebook. And the other day, I'm riding on Montezuma, which is a great place to bike ride because it's got hills, it's good exercise. There's junk everywhere, but right in the middle of the street, somebody managed to leave a brassiere. So I investigated. It's just like...
Was it still warm?
No, it was in the sun.
Okay.
And who knows what was growing on that thing, but I disposed of it. But yeah, the bags, not just an item here or there or a candy wrapper. We're talking about collected bags of garbage just out the window. Who's behind that mind?
Well, Greg,
there's a lot of people doing that.
You got to remember, we don't have enough money in Montgomery. The budget, when Todd Strange left, and now it's only been increased fourfold, $100 million. How do you expect him to be able to pick up trash?
Where is all this money going?
Oh, I asked my wife yesterday as I was riding around town and just said, look at this, look at that, all the trash everywhere. And their bags also too. Now we used to have convicts to do that, and I understand you got to make sure it's not a public safety problem. And my wife said that the reason they don't do that, they ACLU sued. It was quote humiliating. I said, well, look, how humiliating is it to go to jail?
Yeah,
you know. Yeah. Most of the people would love to get outside the sun and pick up the trash.
Well, and you're providing a public service.
Yeah,
you're contributing to society.
Absolutely. It's inexcusable to have trash today. Or have somebody there, littering, give them a dang ticket.
Yeah. I've seen
people. But you got to have police to do that. And
I've seen people in parking
lots. Particularly under the overpasses, there's just a lot of trash just underneath, particularly on the Atlanta highway. The underpasses that are just littered with trash.
You're so right. Yeah. You're so right.
Well, the exit at Mulberry, southbound westbound, thanks for the call, on 85, it's like a franchise.
Yeah.
There's a bag that's there all the time that has somebody's stuff in it.
Yep.
There's always somebody manning that corner collecting money, and they do not look well to me.
Yeah.
They look like they have, I'll be frank, mental issues of some kind.
Yeah.
Yet we have no place for them.
Well, it's also sad, too, because I have seen, I don't know how many people at a stoplight, a red light, open their door, put a bag of trash out, and close the door.
Yeah.
I'm like, can you just not find a trash can somewhere? Why do you have to just do that in the middle of the road or in a parking lot?
That is,
you go to a
acting out.
grocery store and people just put their trash right outside the door.
Man, I'm better than I ever was. I pick up my own cigarette butts. I mean, I don't leave. I don't like leaving a mess of any kind or any size. So this is antisocial behavior.
Yeah.
By the way,
that's
before
exactly
I forget
it.
to ask, sir, Dr. David L. Thrasher is our guest. What's the latest on Jackson Hospital?
It appears that they're going to be able to pull it out. They got their, I call him Sugar Daddy, and Rick Jackson. He's running for governor now of Georgia. Unbelievable philanthropist. I think I've told you all the story before. I think he has 9 stepfathers. His mother was
a serial serial bride.
No, she was a lady of the night. He was nothing he did wrong. Raised on the streets of Atlanta, gone placed in foster home to foster home. One Christmas, somebody left a $100 bill in an envelope at one of the foster homes with his name on it. And he got that, and he said it changed his life. He said, when I grow up, I want to be able to do this. And he did. I never went to college. He's a multi-billionaire with his own money and doesn't take investors, and he just wants to do good. And he's already given $75 million for Jackson Hospital, the city and state and county has given some. So I'm hopeful that we'll be okay. Because one thing's for sure, Baptist is a wonderful hospital, a great system, but it can't do it by itself.
No, it's often overwhelmed, as you describe. And you have people who have scheduled surgeries who are oftentimes told they have to wait because
that's right.
Somebody's come in. I hear the helicopter in hovering over Cloverdale all the time. Are there a lot of airlifts into Baptist?
There are a lot of airlifts across central Alabama to them, but a lot of those helicopters you're seeing are what's commonly called on the street ghetto copters. They're after the bad guys, okay? And so every time you see one, look up and say, "God bless America."
Yeah.
Now you mentioned something about
I hear those in my
people
neighborhood too,
on the street corners begging. Now the city passed some type of ordinance. The state already had one, and I'll give the mayor and the police chief credit for this. That you can no longer panhandle in the road, so people are not walking out there. If they do, the chief told me they're going to get arrested. So I'm seeing a lot less in it, and that's good. Now let's talk about those people. A lot of them are mentally ill. A lot of those is a syndicate. They work for the man. They go home. They give some money for
tribute.
The commission, if you would, and they get the drugs. Okay, we've got probably about 200, maybe a little bit more, true homeless. A lot of those are mental cases. Ken Austin is working on getting a home for the homeless. When Salvation Army moved, it really took away the ability for those homeless to have a place to stay. So good people are working on the homeless, and I want all of them to have a home. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, it's he's done great work.
Oh, Ken Austin ought to be. He's be sainted.
Yes, we've had him on the show several times. And Ken, we're always here for you, man. When you have a need or an issue or an emergency, let us know so we can help.
And people don't know, Ken is a dead man walking. His heart is he shouldn't be alive. He doesn't slow down. He works for his fellow man and woman every day.
Yeah.
He's flying back and forth for experimental heart treatment to Texas. So he's a great human being, and does so much for the children and everybody in Alabama and Montgomery.
Let's take this call from
Mary.
Mary, welcome.
Hey, I just wanted to comment on the trash situation. Under previous city administrations, the Clean City Commission would send out letters if you saw somebody like the trash dropping out of a car, you could call the Clean City Commission and give them the license tag number, and they would write a letter to them and tell them that they were seen doing that, and please help make our city clean and stuff like that. And I think it would be a good idea if they go back to doing that.
That's a great idea. I'd take it one step forward. After they get the letter, have somebody knock at the door with a bag of trash. I'm sorry, ma'am, you left this behind.
I love that idea.
Well, that may be. I'll call and give them the license tag number, but I'm not hopping out of the car and picking up somebody's garbage in the middle of the street.
I'm being a little facetious now, Mary.
Yeah, but and I agree with you in that you don't know what's in the bag. Could there be needles or something else in there that
Or dirty diaper.
Right.
I've seen those.
Speaking of being careful, I tell everybody that has a child, grandchild, go get you some over-the-counter Narcan, because I don't care how great you think your child is, how great you think your grandchild or daughter is, they can get in trouble. Tell particularly the girls, don't drink anything on a date from given to you by anybody else. Fentanyl is out there. Every drug, street drug in Alabama, in Montgomery now has some fentanyl in it. There's a new drug. It's a veterinary drug that put down elephants. Okay, elephants that will kill you faster than you can before you hit the ground. So please tell our children, don't put anything in your mouth that doesn't have a label and prescription from the Adams drugstore on it.
Thank you.
Sounds good.
Thank you for the call, Mary. I spent Easter with my daughter in New Orleans. They now distribute Narcan to students.
That's one thing the Medical Association and this current legislation is doing. We got it in the Montgomery schools a couple of years ago, and last year we saved 2 kids' death at Lee High School. They would have died on fentanyl had we not had that in the school. We've got it in most of the schools in Alabama, but after this year we should have it in all of them. And also our first responders. We got it in Montgomery, but small towns, Laverne, things like that, they don't. So every responder, because they touch these people and don't know what they've got.
I know at AUM and our police force, they have Narcan available, and we have
Just a lifesaver.
several offices on AUM that carry it.
How does
in
that
case.
work? Narcan.
Well,
if somebody's
what I use it in the hospitals, I give it IV. Obviously, we won't do that here. But we got a nasal spray. You can do it. Spray it in their nose, and it's really miraculous, Greg. It saves your life. Okay, if you don't wait too long until the heart stops, it will reverse the drugs.
Yeah,
that's incredible.
It is incredible. And we got it so the price is reasonable, over the counter, doesn't need a prescription. So I encourage everybody to go to the drugs, go to Adams Drugs and get you some.
There you go. I was there today, as a matter of fact, getting myself well. All right, we're going to take our bottom of the hour break. You can stay till 5, right? Dr. David L. Thrasher, Master Thespian, with us.
Yeesh.
Guys, I know there are days, you got to make a particular phone call, but the phone seems like it weighs 500 pounds. You just can't bring yourself to pick it up and call 334-440-3663 and make that call to Montgomery Men's Health. You've known for some time things just aren't working the way they used to. Your energy is diminished, and it could be nothing more than a case of low testosterone, and that can be fixed and fixed quickly at Montgomery Men's Health. But to find out, you need to take a test. It's only $99. Make that call to 334-440-3663. The number can get low. It's a very insidious kind of thing, but it can cause a whole array of problems, from low energy, low libido, performance issues, whatever it is. Get over yourself, get over your ego, your pride, whatever is stopping you. Make that phone call and get that test, because that could put you on a road to wellness that will absolutely change your life for the better. There are guys who are avoiding intimacy because they don't want to fail. You're assaulted online with ads for pills that make ridiculous promises that can't be kept. Don't go there. Pills don't work for everybody. Pills often stop working for some. What you need to know is there are options that are far more effective above and beyond pills that are available at Montgomery Men's Health when it comes to performance issue, ED and so forth, or PE. It's a medical, this is your body. This is your body. You should still be having fun in life. And if you're not enjoying it, then pick up that 500-pound phone and call 334-440-3663, or go online and learn more at MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com. That's MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com, board-certified urologist facility that has helped thousands of guys get back in the game. Be one. Skipper Scott, Traffic, 1819 News is next. Back with Dr. Thrasher.
Well, we are already seeing really heavy traffic. Bell to Taylor on out to Chantilly on 85 northbound. Traffic's building on I-65 and 85 through the interchange. More and more folks are getting off work, and we're seeing busy conditions on East-South Boulevard. Prattville Millbrook with Tucker reporting light to mostly moderate traffic. Even here, we'll update you if any accidents happen to slow you down. At Thompson Tractor, they help you do the big jobs. And their new service commitment includes next-day parts and 2-day repairs. This ensures you stay up and running without missing a beat. Thompson Tractor, off I-85 just past Taylor Road. Buckle up with J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
News is brought to you by Budget Floors and More, your new best friend.
1819 News.
Alabama Attorney General Steve Marshall is pushing back at out-of-state groups who are targeting him specifically in the Republican Senate primary race. Marshall has been the subject of a $1 million negative ad campaign that has aired in this state of Alabama. Marshall says he's being targeted by out-of-state billionaires because he can't be bought or controlled, and he says these groups are spreading false accusations about his character and his record. Marshall stressed that those who are from other states like California, New York, and Washington, D.C. do not care at all about the state of Alabama and are America last type people. Marshall says his campaign has been built with a grassroots effort and not with help from the D.C. swamp. I'll be back with more Alabama stories after this.
Some of the greatest blessings is just having people that care about you, to have someone that's just going to love you and make you feel important. They encourage you to be in church. They encourage you to be in prayer. They encourage you to be in your Bible. Now it's a part of my day every day. My house parents planted seeds in me that you can see where those seeds have sprouted in my life and helped change my life.
Big Oak Ranch, a Christian home for children needing a chance.
Police in Dothan were able to capture a shooting suspect on Monday who was considered to be armed and dangerous. 32-year-old Derek Bean of Ozark is charged with shooting into several vehicles at an apartment complex after a verbal argument emerged with another person. No one was injured in the shooting. Residents in the town of Geneva took part in a city council meeting on Monday to express their concern over a recent dog attack. Sheila Pate was attacked by dogs roaming through the mobile home park where she lives, and residents living around that park say there are kids all around. The city council told the residents that the dog owner could soon be criminally charged, and the mayor is looking to pass tougher ordinances on this issue. I'm Andrea Tice.
For more news affecting Alabamians, go to 1819news.com. And while you're there, subscribe to the daily newsletter.
Budget Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Budget Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
You can't control interest rates. You can't control housing inventory. And you definitely can't control what the national news decides to panic about this week. But here's what you can control. You control your timing. You decide when it's the right time to buy, when it makes sense to refinance, and when to tap into your equity to renovate, invest, or consolidate debt and free up monthly cash flow. Real estate decisions aren't one size fits all, and they shouldn't be driven by headlines or social media noise. They should be based on your goals, your finances, and your life. The smartest moves happen when you focus on what you can control and work with someone who helps you see the full picture. Give us a call at Alabama Home Mortgage today at 334-567-4223 or visit us online at myalabamahomemortgage.com. That's Alabama Home Mortgage, because there is a difference in mortgage companies. NMLS 1586368, Equal Housing Lender.
When it's time to replace an old window or door, you want expert craftsmanship and proven experience. You want Davis Door and Sash. Right now, take advantage of our limited time promotion. 10% off materials on new energy-efficient doors and windows. Voted best in the River region for windows and installation in 2024 and 25. Davis Door and Sash would love to work for you. Call 334-288-6010 or visit davisdoorandsashalabama.com. Davis Door and Sash, the perfect fit for your home.
Hello everyone, Robbie Pelt with Capital City Roofing. If you think about it, your home is your biggest investment in life. Your roof covers your home, so why jeopardize your biggest investment on a roofer you don't know anything about when you can deal with a reputable roofing company like Capital City Roofing? We have an A+ Better business rating and the best manufacturers and workmanship warranties available. We do all residential and commercial roofing applications that are certified through the manufacturer to ensure you get the best material and workmanship money can buy. We also have your project in our best interest before and after construction has been done. Don't hesitate to call us if you have any roofing issues or questions. We will match any of our competitors' price and give you the same great workmanship warranty. We also give free estimates. Give us a call today and let us show you the difference. 277-3311. That's 277-3311. Or you can check us out on the web at www.capitalcityroofing.com. Capital City Roofing. We capitalize the roofing industry.
When you're hiring, have you ever felt like you're missing out on meeting truly great candidates for your roles? It seems impossible to find them, but they have to be out there somewhere, right? Well, they're not hard to find when you know where to go, and that place is ZipRecruiter. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day. And because these people are actively looking for jobs just like yours, it's easy to find the right person right away. In fact, 4 out of 5 employers who post on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. But if you're not using ZipRecruiter, you're missing out. So see what it's like when the impossible is easy. When you go to ZipRecruiter.com/radio right now to try ZipRecruiter for free. Once again, that's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio. Never miss out on great candidates with ZipRecruiter.
For too long, Alabama's statewide news companies have shamed us for our conservative Christian values. Alabama deserves a news company that cherishes our culture, a company that isn't bought and paid for by the powers that be. 1819 News is that company. Run by Alabamians for Alabamians, 1819 News celebrates what is good and beautiful about our state, while exposing those who work against our values in secret. Just go to 1819news.com to learn more. Subscribe to our newsletter. That's 1819news.com.
The Rich Thomas Weather Network is brought to you by Ernest Financial.
If you're tired of losing your money in the stock market, call David Ernest, 334-279-7431. Ernest Financial, LLC.
After a nice day today, we're in for another chilly night tonight. Clear to partly cloudy, overnight low temperature down to about 50. Tomorrow we'll say partly sunny with a high temperature in the middle 70s. Perhaps a few widely scattered isolated showers Wednesday night, but not many. Then back to dry weather on Thursday with a high around 74, partly sunny. And we're up near 80, I think, by Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
Legend Floors and More has the best prices. Carpet as low as 69 cents per square foot. LVP starting at $1.29 a square foot. Sheet vinyl as low as 65 cents per square foot. And the lowest prices on flooring installation supplies. Legend Floors and More across from Delray Publix.
Live local talk. The River Region's only 24-hour News Talk FM station. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
This station honors the champions of college basketball with this generic feature we definitely did not hastily throw together moments ago because we didn't want to work late on a Monday night. So congratulations to the
Michigan Wolverines,
the champions of the
2025/2026 season,
who joined the champions of the women's division, the
UCLA Bruins,
as well as the winner of your office pool,
the nephew of a woman who works in sales.
Congratulations again, and enjoy your victory parade.
Michigan.
Missed the whole game last night, again.
You know what I was watching? I was watching the feed from NASA with the Artemis II astronauts.
That was the
That's
best
what I was
show.
watching.
Did you happen to watch the Artemis launch live? That was like being a kid again in the 60s.
It's wonderful.
That was America being great.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it was a wonderful moment.
And yesterday, all day long, because it was the flyby, it was beautiful because they had views from the cameras outside.
Yeah.
They had views going on inside. They were talking to just amazing stuff. The shot of them going around the moon as the Earth is slowly getting closer and closer to the moon was beautiful. And they took a shot. They took a photograph that they're calling Earthset. You know, like Apollo 8 did Earthrise back in 1968. This is Earthset, and it's just gorgeous. Absolutely gorgeous.
And you know, the networks did not do it justice advertising. I didn't even know about it until about a month ago. Then my son pointed out yesterday, as I saw over YouTube, the CNN, one of this little kid, probably about 10, 12-year-old kid, was down there watching the launch. And the CNN guy said, well, why are you here? Why are you here? He said, the boy said, "Why am I here? This is a friggin' launch to the moon. What do you mean why I'm here?"
Yeah, we're freaking to the freaking moon, man. Yeah.
That was one of the best drops. I have it here. It'll take me just a second.
But you
to
can go
find
on
it.
YouTube and they've got mission briefings, they've got press conferences, they've got recaps of the day. Those recaps are like, 20, 30 minutes long, but it's great because it's all the important milestones and things. Like yesterday, as they crossed the distance, in other words, they
Dark
got
side
past,
of the moon, yeah.
Well, they got past the distance that Apollo 13 had. They officially are the farthest humans out
Ever,
from the
yep.
planet. So
Here is that moment we were just
play that clip,
describing.
play that clip.
CNN, right?
Yeah.
There you go. Hey, stupid! We're going back to the moon. I'm
They're
glad
getting excited about it.
we were.
Yeah.
That's CNN.
But as they went the farthest yesterday, they then asked NASA, okay, well, there's 2 craters here that aren't identified that we would like to name. So we have that right since we're the explorers. And so one of them they named Integrity. The second one they named, that was a bright spot on the moon, named after the commander's dead wife. She died of cancer 2 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, I heard
So
that
there's
story.
now Carroll Crater on the moon, and it was
Wow.
it was one of those moments
That's
where you
pretty
just
heavy.
went, "Oh, it was nice. It was a nice moment. And then guess who called and congratulated them when they came back from around the moon? President Trump.
Right there.
I was so excited about
And
that.
I believe that's the reason some of the networks have not made it, because they don't want this great moment to be connected to this president.
No credit.
They're so committed to bringing him down for God knows what.
Yep.
By the way, last minute mediations going on prior to, I mean, they should know when President Trump says, we're going to do this if you don't come around to work with us. So there's a lot of anxiety about that later tonight. At 5:35 this afternoon, the movie Maven Ellen Murray is going to join us to talk about Sydney Sweeney. I'm always interested in that topic.
What's she doing now? What's she doing now?
I think we're going to find out.
All right.
And some recommended watches. And I wanted to ask you, have you ever seen the show Best Medicine?
Ah.
No, I don't watch Doctor show.
It's kind of funny because it's a guy who was apparently a Boston surgeon in the realm that you live in as far as skill and talent, but he develops an issue with the sight of blood. So
That's a problem for a doctor.
Yeah. He takes a job as a small town doctor, and the town is filled with a group of the most annoying people I've ever seen cast into one TV show.
Of course.
And he plays a bit of a medical detective solving, different issues that people come up with. And he's very dry. He's it's kept me interested so far.
Yeah.
Best Medicine is the name of that one, but we have others to discuss with the movie maven Ellen Murray at 5:35 this afternoon. Brett McDonald at 5:15. See how the market's reacting as things play out today. And back with Dr. David Thrasher, we've talked to an array of issues. One thing, because there's so many spokes to this crime issue wheel, we probably didn't discuss enough, and this is not a problem unique to Montgomery or Montgomery County, the judiciary. I mean, you can go to the federal level and talk about Judge Boasberg, who thinks he's the president. Anytime Trump does something, he's got to get it approved by him. No, and he won't. But even the mayor admitted we've got to take a look at cashless bail.
Yeah.
Yep.
Stupid idea. And I'll never forget the day. It may have been one of the angriest days I've ever had in this town. During the afternoon show, an officer named Keith Houts pulled over a guy, I believe it was on Lower Wetumpka Road.
I know it well.
Yeah. And the guy was out on bail on a murder charge.
Yep.
He gets out of the car and he shot Officer Houts dead in the street. And of course, there was a lot of community outrage, and we got to do better protecting our cops. And that
Had a different mayor then.
Yes, we did. In fact, I was at a concert at Impact, and I asked that mayor, "Why don't you run for one more term? Stick around," because you knew what was coming. You knew we were going to have so many like Stephen Reed.
Yeah.
And he said, he looked at his wife and he said, ask her. And she just stand there shaking her head. No,
Right.
he's not going to run for another term. Sad. Some things just run out of control because nobody has that's one thing. Whether you love him or hate him, Donald Trump has guts. 47 years Iran's been chanting death to America. Okay. Make my day. And they're just such unreasonable people. I have studied World War II inside out, and what I see happening reminds me so much of what they were dealing with in World War II with the Japanese. It was like death before dishonor. Yeah. It's not exactly the same, but it's that mentality that was going to cost us millions of additional soldiers. Either that or put an end to it. Now, I'm not saying...
Well, and it wasn't based on
but-
speculation. It was based on what had happened
Oh, yeah.
in Okinawa and Iwo Jima.
Yeah.
The fact that we had incredible loss of life
Yep.
trying to take these little bitty islands. They were thinking, man, if we try to invade the mainland, it's going to be horrible.
Millions would have died.
Yeah.
And the Japanese, they thought surrendering was you go to hell if you surrender, basically. And I fully support what Truman did, no question. It saved American lives. And
Absolutely.
That's what is happening today. Try not to be too political, but if we don't get rid of the bad guys in Iran, my grandchildren will have to.
They absolutely can't be trusted.
Yep.
So let's just pray that there's an outcome in the making here that will prevent people of Iran paying a terrible price for insane leadership.
There are a lot of good people around. I got some good Iranian friends. My good friend Charles Heron has hunted in Iran. Most people want what we want for our children: life, liberty, and pursuit of happiness.
Yeah,
exactly.
And if they say that over there, they're hung up by a crane. 50,000 of them have been murdered by the current regime.
You would think when they hung their Olympic wrestlers in the town square because they said something that the mullahs didn't like.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That the world would take a look at that and say, "Wait a minute, that's a step too far there, you folks."
Or the soccer, I think soccer women in Australia, they had to change their tune to get back, or else their families were going to be murdered. They were told that.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And that's the problem, is that the people are scared. The people in Iran,
Yeah.
they see that and go, well, if I try to interfere,
They did.
it's going to happen to me.
They've taken to the streets and they've paid a terrible price there too.
Yeah.
It's really
Yeah.
a complicated situation.
And they don't have guns.
No,
They don't.
this is why we have the Second Amendment, friends,
And that's why you're not going to invade Alabama successfully.
or Texas, or Mississippi, or
Yeah.
Florida now. Amazing. I would love to see Ron DeSantis get involved in the administration at some level because they're
Well.
getting ready to get rid of property taxes in Florida.
Wow.
That's unbelievable.
Yeah,
Wow. That's huge.
imagine that.
But to offset that, Washington State, which does not have a income tax, is not going to have a 10% one.
Yeah,
Goodness.
and they're driving businesses
Goodness.
and successful people out. They don't understand that we've trained generations to resent success.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That
Yeah.
whoever did better than somebody else stole that or had some unfair advantage, which is garbage. We're supposed to have the same starting line here. When does the individual become responsible for their own success or failures? 452, Dr. David Thrasher is our guest. What do you see happening in the near future now with the House bill and other situations? And by the way, I'd also like to take an updated take on Chief Grayboys.
I think Chief Grayboys did the best he can. He's one of the hardest working people I've ever met. If we had an MPD full of him, if the hierarchy at the top was full of Chief Grayboys, we'd be okay. That's what I see. My fear is very frankly, the mayor will kick him up to an imaginary position called the public safety director, and then elevate his other person who he brought recently from Baltimore, who I think is I'm not sure what her title is, maybe assistant chief. That's my fear, and that's why we need to get behind Chief Grayboys. He's doing what he can, but as he tells me, look, I work for the man. He's got I think he has a 3-year contract, which is up a year from this summer. I'm holding my breath.
What was the situation where we were going to hire a small business developer who was a felon and pay him $100,000 a year? Did that get shot down?
I think so.
Does Reed look for anybody that doesn't have a criminal history?
There was major backlash of that, and Spud Sill was on the I forgot what commission he was on, and rose up and talked about it, and got that gentleman to a gentleman's loose term, but get him to resign because that's unbelievable. You don't want to hire a felon to run your business.
You know, if you want to give a buddy who went to jail,
give him money, but don't give him mine.
Or if he wants a job, hey, we got an opening in sanitation. You can work on a garbage truck and make a decent living. At least you won't have to wonder where your next meal is going to come from. That's what you do. You don't offer them $100,000. I mean,
about
that's
120,000, more than anybody else would have gotten starting that position.
If it's still open, I might look into it.
I'm thinking about myself.
I don't think the mayor would give me much consideration.
I'm no longer on the mayor's Christmas card list, so I don't think he will either.
Yeah. I'm trying to see if we can get a call.
I don't know.
Well, let's.
No answer.
Hey, anybody there? Apparently not.
Yep.
Our phone system. It's just so modern. Let's go back to the landline, shall we?
Let's do it.
I'm all for it. And what would you recommend to people who live in Montgomery who want things to change for the better? What can we do to help you and those who are involved?
The only reason we've got crime down now, the only reason we've got the task force here is because people listen to your show, Greg, and other concerned citizens calling in and complaining and being vocal. The city hall can no longer hide. That's the big thing. And let me tell you what you can do for the sheriffs and the men in blue. Every day I see a policeman. I did it yesterday. I stopped light on Vaughn Road. I raised my hand, get him to roll down his window. He didn't know what I was going to do. And he rolled down and said, "Sir, just thank you for your service. I'll go out of my way downtown where the cops are sitting there just kind of watching to go out there to tell them that. Tell these guys that if you have a chance to buy them a cup of coffee, buy them a Coke, whatever, but thank them." And that they really appreciate that. It goes so far to let these men and women protecting us know that we appreciate them.
I do that whenever I see an officer. Thank you for your service.
Same with military, absolutely military too.
Yeah, one morning I do a Thursday donut run, and a Montgomery police car had pulled in behind me for their break, and I put whatever it was they got on my tab, paying it forward, but it was kind of backwards.
Yeah.
But those kinds of things, we need to let them know they are appreciated.
Yeah, pass on the love.
Dr. Thrasher, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to join us. And
it's been fun.
Let's get you back sooner.
Happy to, partner.
Please. And we appreciate the updates. Can you direct anybody if they want to get more involved? Is there a website, a Facebook page, something you might recommend?
No, I don't have a Facebook page or a website. I send out an email. I think you know about that.
Yes.
I think it started with 6 people, the mayor, the chief of staff, the 2 senators, and a couple more. It's now over 25,000 people have asked to be on it.
Wow.
You could be happy to give them that if they want to get my emails.
No, that's a newsletter, because I'm sorry. I don't think we have anybody we can trust in the local media when it comes to truth about this mayor and what's really going on in this town.
Yeah.
When you just, crime is down. Okay, we'll just print that. I'm sorry. You've lost me right then and there.
Well, if it goes from 75 murders to 61, crime's down, but we're still 4 times higher than it was 4 years ago.
And per capita, weren't we ahead of Chicago for all the publicity and attention they get?
Yeah.
That's the number that really matters.
Yep.
You know, the number per capita, and that is not.
Baltimore, New Orleans, unknown.
Nothing to be proud of.
And the worst thing is, our police force has been decimated. Everybody blames George Floyd. Okay, ours we've lost more percentage of cops than Minneapolis, the heart of George Floyd, more than New Orleans, more than Atlanta. We are the outlier. And why is that? We know.
Yeah.
They perceive that they don't get the respect or the backing.
Yeah.
That
Don't
guy,
tell me you can't hire them. Birmingham's got 700.
it can be done.
Oh, it can be done.
It can be done. Thank you, sir. It is 4:59. Master Thespian staying with us. Brant McDonald
you.
coming up at 5:15. Always, sir. Always a privilege to have you with us. And the movie Maven, Ella Murray at 5:35. Lots to talk about there, including some Hollywood gossip about some of the more intriguing names. I would like to recommend, as we're getting ready to nice and cool, enjoy it while it lasts. You know we're going to be dealing with blast furnace heat soon. Do you have a company that works with you directly on the maintenance of your system? Because if you don't, let me recommend the Clark's Club membership. It's only $180. They'll come out to your house twice for that one single payment to inspect and tune your system. If it ever needs a repair, you get a discount on parts and labor, and you're guaranteed priority service on any heating, AC, or plumbing issue. Clark can also help you acquire a new system. And let me tell you, if your system is 12 to 15 or more years old and your electric bills are high, instead of wasting money on a lot of extra tune-ups, get a new unit because the technology is so advanced. They're so quiet. They make immediate changes towards the temperature that you're requiring, and they are so energy efficient, and they really are excellent. Clark's can get them at 0% financing. 277-2125, 277-2125 and the 334. Or visit clarkcomfort.com. Their Alabama certification number 09098. 5 o'clock. Here's traffic.
Well, we have a couple of accidents reported. First of all, Northern Boulevard at Lower Wetumpka Road. Watch out for emergency units responding there. East Boulevard on I-85 near the entrance to Sam's. We had an accident reported there. We are not seeing that one, but use caution if you're coming up from Atlanta Highway to I-85. Also, 1100 block Atlanta Highway. That is out right at the East Boulevard bridges. Watch out for emergency vehicles there. Very busy building traffic all over the area. We will keep you updated. Thurgood Marshall College funds Free Source Summer Camp. Registration now open at Trenton State. The SOAR program is designed to empower the next generation of leaders. Visit TrentonState.edu for more information. Buckle up with the J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
With the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew. One of the movers and shakers in the world of high finance has a warning.
JP Morgan Chase CEO Jamie Dimon warns a resilient U.S. economy could face renewed inflation pressures if the Iran war disrupts global energy markets. Dimon describes inflation as the potential skunk at the party this year, cautioning that turmoil in oil and commodity markets could affect everything from gas prices to manufacturing costs.
That is Rich Thomason. Deere & Company agreeing to pay $99 million as part of a settlement that would resolve a class action lawsuit accusing the farm equipment giant of monopolizing repair services. Wall Street had mixed success today trying to follow up on yesterday's winning session with another day of gains, with the war continuing and oil prices continuing to rise. The Dow was off 94 points, but the S&P 500 gained 3. The Nasdaq was up 5 points. For the Wall Street Business Report, I'm Bob Agnew.
Montgomery Men's Health salutes the man everyone depends on. You, the grill master. Your family don't have to go out to eat. You carry the load. You solve the problems. Mr. Fix It. But when you're off, we all feel it. And what happens when the gas runs out? When the strength drops? When the transmission stalls? And I ain't just talking about your truck. Male performance is complicated. Treating low T and ED requires technical precision, and that's where Montgomery Men's Health shines. We've been conquering this since 2014, long before every strip mall had a low T sign. We started this clinic to level you up, to help separate fact from internet fiction, hype from the successful realities we see every day. What works 92% of the time versus what might work online. And we keep getting better. Better service, better care, better value. And for $99, you'll receive a lab panel in minutes and a consultation with our medical provider. Don't wait. Call 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
Y'all hear about all those politicians making money in the stock market?
Yeah, that Nancy Pelosi's making a killing.
Yeah, she is, and so is Coach.
Tommy Tuberville?
Yeah, he and Pelosi are making millions. Turns out old Senator Tuberville's trading ag futures while he's on the ag committee.
Wow, Tommy Tuberville's making a killing in the stock market.
Yep, just like Nancy Pelosi.
It's all just a big game to Coach Tuberville.
In 2024, Tommy Tuberville made millions trading stocks just in 1 year.
Wonder what else there is.
So Tommy Tuberville is making millions in the stock market, all in the industries he regulates.
Tommy Tuberville's great at making millions for himself.
Now I want to know.
Just how much money did Tommy Tuberville and Nancy Pelosi make for themselves in the stock market?
Why don't we ask him? Let's call Tommy Tuberville. Ask him how much money he made himself in the stock market.
And tell him, for us, it's not a game.
This advertisement is paid for by the Alabama Leadership Fund.
What's your biggest investment? More than likely, it's your home. So treat it that way when you hire a painting contractor. With PBS Painting, there are no gimmicks, no $99 specials. Just quality painting and someone who treats your home with the same respect that you do. At PBS Painting, we have been painting for years and look forward to many more years to come. With PBS Painting, the job gets prepped properly, whether it's cleaning, scraping, or priming. We always use quality products, which is a must for a quality paint job. So if you're looking for a painter that doesn't need upfront money and is on the job at all times, then please give me a call. Scott Bowers and PBS Painting, 294-5122. That's PBS Painting, 294-5122. Look at some of our work on Facebook at PBS Painting Montgomery.
We get this question all the time.
Do you handle that?
Buying or selling a home?
Yes.
Commercial?
Yes.
Land or investments?
Absolutely. Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. One team.
Every real estate move. 334-322-0662.
It's April 7th, the greatest day ever. On the 7th of April, 1970, legendary actor John Wayne won his first and only Academy Award for Best Actor for his role in True Grit. Wayne thanked the Academy, his parents, his wife, his agent. He thanked the film's director and gave a special nod to his fellow nominees. But most of all, John Wayne thanked his high school drama teacher. I guess that's all the time we have. Have a great April 7th, the greatest day ever.
Bethel Meredith has thoughts on Artemis coming up after.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
By the way, Jesse Lynn on the morning show tomorrow. What's next? That's her.
With SRN News, I'm Keith Peters in Washington. President Trump threatened Tuesday that a whole civilization will die tonight if Iran fails to meet his latest deadline to strike a deal that includes reopening the Strait of Hormuz, while the Islamic Republic urged young people to form human chains around power plants and other potential targets. American journalist Shelley Kittleson, who was kidnapped in Baghdad last week, has been released. That's according to two Iraqi officials with direct knowledge of the situation. The officials say Kittleson was freed in the afternoon but did not share information about her current whereabouts, beyond saying that prior to her release she had been held in Baghdad. On Wall Street, the Dow down by 85 points, the Nasdaq rose 21, the S&P advanced 5. More details at srnnews.com.
Let's see, if something costs less, a lot less, but people are actually happier with it, that sounds like something to look into, and that's MediShare. Maybe you've heard joining MediShare can save you or your family up to $500 a month, and that's huge, but it's also true. People are just happier with it. They love being part of something that reflects and promotes their values and what they believe in. MediShare works, too. It's been around for 30 years now, and members have shared more than $8 billion of each other's bills. People love having telehealth and a huge nationwide PPO network. So, yeah, really, you can save a ton and like it better. Imagine being happy with how you're taking care of your health care, whether you're self-employed or part of the gig economy, or you just want a plan that you're happy with. Here you go. You can call right now and get a price within 2 minutes. A very, very smart use of 2 minutes. Here's the number you need. It's 844-45-BIBLE. That's 844-45-BIBLE. 844-45-BIBLE.
People have thoughts on Artemis and going back to the moon. They really do. And when I get my brain working again, you'll hear them. Yeah, and that's good enough for me too. But what about Menthol Meredith?
Well, did y'all see about how them Artemis folks went all the way to the dang moon and then took that sucky picture of the Earth? It was weird because they took a pic of Earth back in '72 and it looked way better then. But to be fair, I also looked way hotter in my mug shots from '72. Like me, looks like the Earth done been through a few arraignments, a few husbands, and a few rounds of hoof and mouth disease. Okay, y'all, I gotta go. The biker gang I've been running with wants to meet with me about being too rambunctious, so now I gotta go deal with those prudes.
Do what you got to do. I mean, she is herself.
Yeah.
And she is unique, is she not?
No.
Oh.
But there are always going to be people complaining. Even though this is an incredible scientific achievement, it's an incredible, these people are risking their lives to do this. And yet there are going to be people complaining about the quality of the pictures.
I love that Carol Crater story. That was the crater on the moon that was named for the deceased wife of one of the astronauts. Again, I don't know where to begin thanking Dr. David Thrasher for joining us this afternoon. He's such a great guest.
Oh, yeah.
And he has worked, I mean, considering the demands that he has to deal with on a daily basis with his career, Hall of Fame surgeon, and so forth, that he takes and devotes the time to help the city save itself. In this case, from poor leadership.
Well, and if we can get the people in Montgomery to mobilize, to get themselves together to say, look, we got to put a stop to this.
And I drive through my neighborhood and I see people who can't wait for Doug Jones to be governor. I'm thinking, really? That's going to make it safer here?
Good luck with that.
Holy crap. I have a to-do list from the Movie Maven here, and you'll be pleased to see what
do we got here
on top of that list.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Some gossip on Sydney Sweeney. I know we have that.
Ooh.
And by the way, some great suggestions if you want, stuff on TV if you want to get away from it and you want something intelligent.
Yep.
That's what we're looking for, is stuff that will engage the News Talk listener mind.
Yep.
Which we firmly believe is above average. Shut up. Don't undermine my message to the masses. Otherwise, no, I've been keeping an eye on Fox, especially for any developments on the situation with Iran. This is a big deal. This deadline tonight. We'll see what happens.
I'm checking. Is Brant calling in?
He'll be here at 5:15.
I'm gonna keep my eye on the phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the meantime, Rich, who is investigating the climate in South Padre Island, Texas.
Ooh, I wonder how bad it is down there. Just horrible. Just freezing, and I'm sure there's just
giving up weekdays.
Yeah.
To go to a faraway place.
Poor Rich.
And see how much sand he drags back into the hotel room at night. His forecast, though, is a minute away. It's 5:13.
Yep.
Hi, I'm Carl Schmidt, naturopath and owner of the Herb Shop Wellness Center at 8161 Vaughan Road. You know, with over 30 years experience in natural wellness, I've seen countless health fads come and go. A few years ago, we added a patented technology that actually activates your stem cells. It reverses the aging process at the cellular level. However, you do need proper hydration and targeted nutrition. At the Herb Shop, our advanced scanning and testing technology allows us to accurately assess your nutritional needs and get a customized plan for you. Come in today and see what the Herb Shop can do for you.
What does it mean for a nation to be successful? I'm Stephanie Bryan, Tribal Chair and CEO of the Porch Creek Indians. We believe a successful nation gives back. As we've built economic opportunity and prosperity, the Porch Creek Indians have been able to give back to our neighbors in Alabama and beyond. More than $37 million since 2021 alone. From education and health care to tornado relief, learn more about our charitable giving at porchcreekindians.org.
Rich Thomas Weather brought to you by M&M Outdoors. Book your stay today at MNMCampground.com for relaxation at its best. It's easy to find and hard to leave. M&M Outdoors, your home away from home.
After a nice day today, we're in for another chilly night tonight. Clear to partly cloudy, overnight low temperature down to about 50. Tomorrow we'll say partly sunny with a high temperature in the middle 70s. Perhaps a few widely scattered isolated showers Wednesday night, but not many. Then back to dry weather on Thursday with a high around 74, partly sunny. And we're up near 80, I think, by Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
CB&S Bank, serving families and communities since 1906. Proud to be named 16th best performing bank nationally in their asset category by American Banker. Learn more at cbsbank.com. CB&S Bank, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
The views and opinions of the following program are solely those of the host and other contributors. These do not necessarily represent those of Liberty Acquisitions 825, Blue Water Broadcasting, its management, staff, or any advertisers.
Friends, get ready to celebrate National Beer Day.
On FM, on your smartphone, and online, the River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM, WACV.
I love every beer, man. I love every beer, man. Open up a beer can, fill up a mug, and cheers, man. One more pint of beer, man. I love every beer. I've drunk in Modelo, Pacifico, Michelob, Brooklyn Lager, Dogfish, Guinness, Lagunitas, Hazy Wonder, Sam Adams, Heineken, Sculpin, Voodoo Ranger, Amstel, Odell, Urquell, Juicy Banger, Pilsners, Pale Ales, Porters, Mango Flavor, Hefeweizen, Anheuser, Miller, Latin, Budweiser. I love every beer, man. Get me another beer, man. Crack open a beer can, a six-pack, and cheers, man. Every day of the year, man. I love every beer.
All right, it is 5:15 on News Talk 93.1 FM. I'm expecting this to be the man that you know, that I know, is Mr. Right on the Money, Brett McDonald. And if it's not, I'm going to be very embarrassed.
No, it's me, man.
How you doing?
Cool. I'm good. I'm doing really well. Interesting day. Tons of crazy memes going around about the deadline tonight.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's just been kind of an odd, weird day. And, if you look at the market action throughout the day, there was never really one moment of time where any of the main indicators indicated that this big shock and awe was going to happen tonight. In other words, another way to say it would be the market basically, said today, this is not going to happen. And it was big markets too. Treasury market, it was the foreign exchange market. The dollar was down all day. You would expect it to be the other way.
Yeah.
Stock market was not that volatile, really at all. As a matter of fact, we closed flat on the day. Now I see in the after hours trading that it appears that there might be a 2-week extension to this as part of the deal that's being sort of brokered, if you will, by Pakistan.
Right.
So, it really, a lot of rhetoric, a lot of threats, but at the end of the day, there just wasn't much damage done. As I said, not much volatility, and we're actually up in after hours. So
interesting.
Yeah, and I spoke with some really good friends of mine that were on my Bloomberg terminal over in London, and they were saying, they were saying things like, yeah, well, he can attack, but as soon as the market's down 15% and 10-year Treasury bond yields go over 5%, he's going to have a change of heart real quick. And there's a lot of truth to that statement.
Yeah.
Because of some things I've been telling you about private credit markets and the amount of leverage that's in our system and U.S. debt and so on and so forth. Trump wants a way out of this. I think we're going to hopefully find a way, and hopefully we get this 2-week pause put in place.
Brent, it's what's so sad about all this, above and beyond that we're dealing with crazy people who don't give you a whole lot of options. The economy was set up to whipsaw into real growth this year. Gas prices continuing to edge down. Inflation being brought to a grinding halt. And Trump put all of that on the line with this action in Iran. A politician probably wouldn't have done that because they wouldn't want to take the risk of consequences in doing what really needed to be done, which is why I believe that what he's doing is right. I'm just hoping that when they give time frames, the strait will be open, etc. that it all comes to happen the way he says it will. That's a must for people to maintain their faith.
Yeah, so I totally agree. And, we touched on this yesterday. I truly believe in my heart of hearts that he had very strong intelligence of the nuclear weapons program, the enriched uranium, so on and so forth. We know all about this. And I think that it was his primary goal to go in and shut this regime down once and for all, militarily, the whole 9 yards. Where it became problematic, obviously, is when the IRGC which is sort of detached, if you will, from this quote new leadership that's within Iran. He couldn't get them under control, and that strait has got to open up. I mean, you talk about inflation. Yeah. I'm telling you, brother, you would see prices spike tremendously through the summer months. Not just crude oil and gasoline prices, but we touched on it yesterday. Things like helium and fertilizer that no one talks about. There's a whole cascading of events, and I think this was becoming a real thorn in Trump's side, a real burr in the saddle, if you will. And he knew that this had to get under control. So he threatened the true shock and awe, and I think hopefully. With the 2-week deal, the biggest part of that, from what I'm reading and hearing, is that they will open up the strait for 2 weeks as part of this agreement until, So we'll see what happens. In the meantime, as I said, not much happening today in terms of market-moving events. There wasn't a whole lot of data. We had some very small pieces of data. The big stuff is going to start tomorrow because we get the minutes from the last FOMC meeting. And that'll be interesting to read and see where the various voting members, the Board of Governors, where they stand with respect to monetary policy. And then the real big ones are going to be Thursday, which is the PCE number, Personal Consumption Expenditures Index. And then Friday, we get the CPI, which is Consumer Price Index. But also, I think more importantly, we get the consumer sentiment numbers, which are interesting because most of and there are two different ones, consumer confidence and consumer sentiment. They're two different pieces of data, but we get sentiment on Friday, and that'll give us some early read and insight into the thinking of the average consumer out there. But the one thing the sentiment numbers do is it includes inflationary outlooks from a consumer level, and so which is important because we're a consumer-driven economy, right? So right on the heels of that inflation number, we'll get that piece of data as well. And that, I think, is going to have the market's full attention towards the end of this week. And then, of course, we'll be continuing to monitor the Iranian situation. But also keep in mind, we're going to get some earnings on Friday from a couple of banks. Within next week, we get more earnings. So there's a whole lot to be talked about starting tomorrow with as I said, the minutes of the Fed meeting.
And in the meantime, we wait to see how all of this plays out. It's kind of an edge of your seat, real life theater going on today.
Yeah,
really is. Well, we sure appreciate you being there to monitor all the activity. I'm sorry. Go ahead, Brant.
No, I was just going to say we're talking about global markets that are trillions in size. Trillions.
Yeah.
As I said, foreign exchange, currency exchanges, surely the dollar, but also the United States Treasury market, which is massive in size and global in nature. And it was very well behaved today. And if anything, it was indicating that there's a deal coming, that there is no attack tonight. So, and it was like that all day. So I tend to think, listen, these markets are very good at sniffing this stuff out. If he attacks them tonight, it'll be the biggest shock of it that anybody's ever seen. So
listen to this story just said to me by virtual producer Mark Cumby. Alex Jones has called for the 25th Amendment to remove Donald Trump from office. Alex Jones.
Wow. That's like the pot calling the kettle black.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
See, Alex Jones can't be removed from what he does.
No.
Yeah.
God, everybody's got an opinion, right? They're entitled to it.
Mm-hmm.
Brant, we thank you so much for your time as always. Big news in the morning. We're here. 6 to 9. Let us know, okay?
We'll do it, buddy.
Thank
Y'all
you.
have a great night.
Thanks, brother.
There is a guy literally that works his tail off for
Constantly.
every advantage, for information that he can pass along to us. And notice he gave about a half a dozen indicators he looks at as to what those areas are expecting with this situation. Interesting. Will it be what happens? We're not sure, but he's doing everything he can, to protect his clients and have an intelligent take on what's going on. Here's another call.
I got a question.
Okay.
You can hear me okay?
Yes, sir. We need the question.
Thank you. Thank you. Counting coup, that's a French word pertaining to Sioux, Lakota Sioux, counting coup, where you send out the young brave and he goes right across. He strikes the enemy. Yeah, whack, and then turn around and run back. Nobody does anything because this is how it works. Donald Trump is going to count coup tonight on Iran. There's going to be a very specific surgical strike on one thing, that's the power plant, and it's going to back right out. He's not going to lose face. They are.
We'll
He's
see.
not gonna take
I
that
don't
hit.
know. And you know what? As much as I've read, thanks for the call, as much as I've listened to, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not going to be that guy. And I think Alex Jones. Well,
He's just fishing for clicks. That's all it is. He
they're
wants
all
attention.
doing that. I keep
He
having
wants
arguments with people about this. Alex Jones, Tucker Carlson is off the deep end for me. I no longer care. Candace Owens, who I used to love when she was about Brexit and trying people to wake up and stop being sheep, they're all full of crap.
Yeah.
They're all full of it. They're about one thing. Well,
Self-image.
now they're not being told what's to say on Fox News. You know what? No, they're slaves to a different master now, and that's the internet click machine. That's all they care about because that's how they get paid. I liked it better. Trust me. What's easier? Showing up to a nice corporate office with your scheduled content and getting paid $20 million a year. Advertising you don't have to run around and sell. It's all done for you. They send a car to pick you up to bring you to the TV studio. Now, what would you rather have, that or the pressure of having to make the internet line up to whatever your point of view is? I got news for you. I don't believe any of it. If Tucker was legit, he would still be on a network, and he wouldn't have to do all of this day-to-day stuff. Not buying. Sorry, Alex. I really don't care.
Well, we have a couple of accidents reported. First of all, Northern Boulevard at Lower Wetumpka Road. Watch out for emergency units responding there. East Boulevard on I-85 near the entrance to Sam's. We had an accident reported there. We are not seeing that one, but use caution if you're coming up from Atlanta Highway to I-85. Also, 1100 block Atlanta Highway. That is out right at the East Boulevard bridges. Watch out for emergency vehicles there. Very busy building traffic all over the area. We will keep you updated. Thurgood Marshall College funds Free SOAR Summer Camp. Registration now open at Trentham State. The SOAR program is designed to empower the next generation of leaders. Visit trenthamstate.edu for more information. Buckle up with J. Montgomery Skywatch traffic.
Thank you, Skipper. We got Bill on the line at 527. Movie Maven coming up. Bill?
Got a question, Greg?
Yes, sir.
Yep.
So we're pretty much all in agreement. Republicans, we're pretty much Tuberville, Trump supporters.
Mm-hmm.
Why are you allowing anti-Tuberville commercials on your show?
I don't have any power over that.
Good question.
That's the we're not allowing Tuberville spots. They're not trying to run any that I know of. There's that one spot
Well,
that's running, and we get a lot of calls about it. Believe me, and they're not very nice.
Yeah, they just run that one about him and Nancy Pelosi and blah, blah, blah.
Yeah, there's a pack that's involved in that.
Yeah, I don't know who's
Yeah, I
doing
know.
it, and
I know.
there are laws regarding campaign spots, so if they can run whatever they want.
Yeah. Yeah.
And if their goal was to make friends and influence people,
It's not
to listen to
working.
this station has not worked at all.
It's not working. It's making people mad when they hear that.
Oh my God, that's been the biggest complaint lately. So that's the best answer I have for you, my friend.
Yeah.
Simple.
Thanks,
Take care.
Bill.
Yeah.
We got a caller while Brant was on, telling us there's a traffic situation. I didn't hear it on Skipper's update, but Northeastern Boulevard going towards I-65. There's 2 accidents. One is just a regular fender bender, but it's near Coliseum. There's a 3-car wreck with a car sandwiched between 2 trucks.
Okay.
And they've got
I just
rescue
got the
personnel.
same thing from somebody.
Yeah, they got rescue personnel there. So just be advised, the traffic is moving, but it's slowing down.
All right, we have another update from Skipper a little right after the movie Maven, and she's going to join us in about 5 minutes.
News is brought to you by Adams Motorsports of Montgomery, where your pleasure is their business.
From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, these are today's top stories. 2 people are in critical condition after being shot Monday night in Montgomery. The incident happened just off Zelda Road in the 200 block of Gatsby Drive. MPD responded to the area just before 7 p.m. where an adult male and a juvenile were wounded by gunfire. Details are limited. No further information was made available. A Montgomery woman who was involved in a 2022 mail theft and bank fraud scheme was sentenced to prison on Monday. 37-year-old Rashima Shackelford was sentenced to 10 years after pleading guilty to bank and mail fraud. Shackelford participated in a scheme to steal checks from the mail and make fraudulent bank deposits. A ribbon-cutting ceremony was held Monday for the newly constructed Montgomery Biscuits Clubhouse at Davos Park. The new facility sports a weight training room, coach's locker room, and the manager's office. Our Montgomery Biscuits host their season home opener tonight versus the Columbus Clingstones. First pitch, 6:05. From the Blue Water Broadcasting News Center, I'm Sky Mosley.
AdamsMotorsports.com on the web or Adams Motorsports on the Boulevard in Montgomery. That's at Adams Motorsports in Montgomery, where your pleasure is our business. Come by and learn more about the new Suzuki GSX 8R motorcycle and see for yourself the bar has officially been reset.
2026 marks 60 years that hope has had a home in Alabama. At the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches, children who've lost everything through no fault of their own have found something priceless. A safe place to live, a loving Christian family, and the chance to simply be kids again. Here, boys and girls grow up surrounded by care, guidance, and faith, learning right from wrong, learning responsibility, learning they are valued and that their lives have purpose. As the Alabama Sheriffs have believed for 6 decades, it's easier to build boys and girls than to repair men and women. These former ranchers are now teachers, parents, business owners, and leaders, living proof that love, structure, and faith can change a life forever. As the Alabama Sheriff's Youth Ranches celebrate 60 years of serving Alabama's children, you can help ensure the next child has the same chance. Learn how you can make a difference at alabamasheriffsyouthranches.org. 60 years of building lives, and we're just getting started.
Biscuits Baseball is back in 2026 with opening week presented by the Vance Law Firm from Tuesday, April 7th to Sunday, April 12th. It all kicks off on opening night with fantastic food and drink deals and post-game fireworks. Wednesday features Grand Slam School Day presented by Max Credit Union. Come out Thursday for a t-shirt giveaway with Thirsty Thursday deals. Friday brings a golf hat giveaway, and Saturday is racing night with fireworks to follow. And Sunday closes the week with a visit from Bluey. For tickets and more information, visit biscuitsbaseball.com or call the box office at 323-BALL.
Montgomery Men's Health salutes the man everyone depends on. You, the grill master. Your family don't have to go out to eat. You carry the load. You solve the problems. Mr. Fix It. But when you're off, we all feel it. And what happens when the gas runs out? When the strength drops, when the transmission stalls, and I ain't just talking about your truck. Male performance is complicated. Treating low T and ED requires technical precision, and that's where Montgomery Men's Health shines. We've been conquering this since 2014, long before every strip mall had a low T sign. We started this clinic to level you up, to help separate fact from internet fiction, hype from the successful realities we see every day. What works 92% of the time versus what might work online. And we keep getting better. Better service, better care, better value. And for $99, you'll receive a lab panel in minutes and a consultation with our medical provider. Don't wait. Call 334-440-3663 or go to MontgomeryMen'sHealth.com.
I was in foot pain for 20 years, trying to give it relief, buying all these different insoles, drugstore insoles, custom insoles. I spent thousands of dollars. I bought all these products and not a single one worked. I really, truly needed to have relief in my feet. And the Good Feet arch supports were what gave me the relief I needed.
For over 20 years, we've been helping people like Teresa actually live the life they love without their feet getting in the way.
They wanted to make sure that I got something that my feet felt good in, not somebody else's feet. I love the fact that I can wear these arch supports in all my shoes. I have boots, I have cowboy boots, I have running shoes, I have walking shoes, I have flat shoes, I have heels. Makes me so happy. If you ask my husband, he will crack up because there is no store I would rather go in than a shoe store. I'm Teresa, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
We're located at 7341 East Chase Parkway in the shops at East Chase. Now hiring.
Weather, a service of H&H Carpets, where right now, get a load of this, listen close, you get a house full of carpet for $19.95 installed. Unbelievable. They're located at 6450 Atlanta Highway, just across from Walmart.
Rich Thomas weather. After a nice day today, we're in for another chilly night tonight. Clear to partly cloudy, overnight low temperature down to about 50. Tomorrow we'll say partly sunny with a high temperature in the middle 70s. Perhaps a few widely scattered isolated showers Wednesday night, but not many. Then back to dry weather on Thursday with a high around 74, partly sunny. And we're up near 80, I think, by Friday. From the Blue Water Weather Center, this is Rich Thomas.
News happens, you'll hear about it first. The River Region's most trusted voice. News Talk 93.1 FM WACV.
The Movie Maven is here. Miss Murray's Movie Minute brought to you by AMS Studios in Prattville. Relax, refresh, renew with AMS. Visit AMSStudioMedSpa.com or call 730-1268. Welcome, Ellen Murray. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Hello.
Howdy, ma'am.
My partner here, Master Thespian, has been palpitating in every commercial break. He's been going because he sees a movie at the top of your list today that he is enthralled with.
Amaze, amaze, amaze.
Project Hail Mary.
Amaze is right.
You know, the astronauts on the Artemis 2 mission, they showed it to them during quarantine, and they loved it.
Funny.
And one of the Capcoms actually said something about amaze, amaze, amaze when they were talking about stuff they were seeing through the windows. So it's everywhere.
It's very cute, very heartwarming. I fully agree that people should see it. I recommend it to my family. It's PG-13, but I think a kid younger than 13 could handle it.
Well, there's no language, there's no nudity,
right.
There's no sex.
I'm not interested.
And it's got really nice parallels with the Artemis and the rocket launch to the moon, and seeing that at the same time, and just the whole Disclosure Day thing coming up, where they want us to know that there's aliens and all that. So it's
that
cool,
one. That one, I'm just a little confused about. I'm not sure what Spielberg's trying to do with Disclosure Day. It just looks odd.
I'm actually looking forward to that.
Really?
And now I'm in a mindset because people I trust and love are telling me this movie is so good. When you say that, I believe it.
I think you could get over your dislike of Gosling and actually appreciate him in this because he really
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
He's actually quite charming in this. He really is.
This is Law and Order Movie Maven Unit. She is trying to convict me of a hatred.
Well, and I'm pretty jaded. I've seen a lot of movies, and there's some that people are gushing about. I'm like, yeah, it wasn't that good. Like Gravity. I hated Gravity. Some people thought it's a great space. I hated it because there was obviously CGI everywhere, and but with this movie, with Project Hail Mary, they're not doing CGI. They built the set. That's an actual real puppet that's playing. That's cool. The alien, and it's just, it blew me away. So,
the puppeteer is the guy doing the voice as well.
Yes, James Ortiz.
Speaking of nudity, I understand you have some gossip on Sydney Sweeney.
Ooh.
I do, and it's juicy.
Okay, spill it. Spill some tea, girl.
Sydney is slated to play Kim Novak in an upcoming documentary about her relationship with Sammy Davis Jr. back in the 50s. So the documentary is called Scandalous because it was scandalous at the time. But 93-year-old Kim Novak weighed in and she said, Sydney Sweeney's absolutely the wrong person to play me. She's just way too sexy and people are going to think it's all about the physical relationship.
Well, that's very honest in a way because Sydney Sweeney is sexier than Kim Novak was in her prime.
She's a good-looking piece of female flesh there. But that's the...
Is that the relationship that cost Sammy Davis Jr. his eye?
No, I think he lost his eye in a car accident, didn't he? I don't remember. I don't remember. Because I thought he lost it before he became famous. But I would want to have somebody sexy playing me in a movie because that would get people to come see it.
Yeah, I hope when they make the movie about me, they choose Ryan Gosling. He's one of my favorites.
He could do you, I think. Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. But Sydney did play that female boxer, so she doesn't always have to be sexy.
Yeah.
Oh, that was grotesque. That was absolutely grotesque. What else are you watching, old movie Maven?
Oh, well, two little bits of other gossip. They have thrown out a possible second couple for the Love Story Season 2, and they're teasing that it may or may not be Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton.
I would watch that.
Oh, that would be fun.
Have you seen the Love Story with JFK Jr.?
Not yet, but
you are missing out.
It's on my list.
Master Lesbian.
I've just been busy. I have been out of town almost every single week the last month.
Busy. That's no excuse.
All right. So at night, mostly I'm watching a show called Emily in Paris, which is a sitcom from a few years back, and I got over my snobbiness. I was telling Eddie about this on Friday. It's a cute show. She's an American marketing executive in Paris, and she doesn't speak French, and everybody at her firm just thinks she's this dumb American, and they disdain her. But she grows on all of them because she's very charming, and she's hooking up with half the guys in Paris by the middle of the year. So I don't know what they're going to do for all 5 seasons rather than just rinse and repeat. But hopefully it'll stay fresh.
I'm sorry, I'm too busy to keep up with that kind of skank behavior.
Maybe she'll learn the language by season 5. I don't know.
Let's talk about something that you recommended that I absolutely love. 3 Pines on Prime.
Yeah, it's really good.
And this is a show. Have you seen 3 Pines?
Oh, I've heard about it.
I'm giving you a to-do list, Master.
I know. Gotta watch Love Story.
In
gotta
fact,
watch 3 Pines.
I even made mention of the fact that the actor, and I can't remember his name, his character is Gamache, right? The detective.
Oh,
you could be him.
What's his name?
Alfred Molina.
Yes, that's it. Alfred Molina.
He's awesome in this show.
Yeah.
He carries the show.
Okay. Well, I'll have to watch that. I'll have to watch it. All right. So I've got 2 shows I got to watch. What else should I watch?
Well, it's interesting because it's the 8-episode season, and each 2 shows is a different murder mystery. So it's all the same small town characters, and there's a running thread going through the whole thing, and then every 2 episodes is a new murder to solve. So
interesting.
It's cool. I like it.
Does this town have the Cabot Cove syndrome? That was the thing about Murder, She Wrote, that they had the highest per capita rate of murder of any city.
Oh, it does kind of seem that way because it's a very
By the way,
small town.
Ellen, I don't know if you had a chance to listen earlier, but we had Dr. David Thrasher in the studio with us, and I asked him.
I did catch some of it, yes.
I asked him if he had seen Best Medicine.
And he said,
I recommended it to him because they're kind of similar.
It's a cool show.
Yeah.
But he said, I know, I don't watch any doctor shows.
Yeah.
It's like going to work.
Yeah.
I understand that.
Leave the office behind, I suppose. But anyway, 3 Pines. And what's on your to-do list?
Well, I just found out that there is a 2nd season of Paradise, so I'm going to dive into that soon.
Okay.
That was the one where they all, like, there was some kind of natural disaster, and they went to this underground bunker where it was like a whole town underground.
Yeah.
And only a certain number of people could go down there. But then they found out that there were survivors on the surface, so people are going back to find out what has been going on while they've all been hiding underground.
That sounds interesting. It does.
Yeah.
Now,
and then
something very bad is going to happen. This is a tough title to read on a day like this one, where you think something bad is going to happen.
I should have been more conscientious about my list. Because I haven't seen this one. It's a relationship movie, but it's also kind of a horror thriller. It's a series, I think, rather than a movie, or maybe it's a movie. I'm not even sure.
But it's letting you know that something very bad is going to happen. So by the end
but
of,
it's in terms of a couple getting married. It has nothing to do with any bombs or world wars.
You know what I saw on social media? I saw that Hamnet is now streaming on Peacock.
Oh.
So I'm going to have to watch it.
I liked Hamnet. I honestly, it was very depressing, but since I had read the book, it was good to see it on the screen.
But I'm looking forward to seeing Jessie Buckley. I think.
Yeah, Jessie is great. She deserved that Oscar.
Yeah. So I'm going to check that out on Peacock. I've also saw that Wicked for Good is now streaming on Peacock. I don't know if people want to see that though. I saw it in the movie, and it was.
I watched the critical drinker's take on that.
I bet he was savage.
He was a lot more entertaining than the movie could have been.
I'll have to check that out.
So, and Master Thespian is going to go, and he's going to enjoy it with Mrs. Thespian. The love story, JFK Jr. and Carolyn Bessette, and then followed up by some Three Pines.
And I'll let you know what I think. So.
Great list. And this intrigue with Sydney Sweeney and Kim Novak, that's an interesting dialogue going on there.
Yeah.
Kim Novak was a beautiful woman, but she was not a sex pot like Marilyn Monroe.
She wasn't a
For
Grace.
those who
She was
don't
not a
know,
Grace
she
Kelly.
was famous for Vertigo. Hitchcock.
Yeah.
Well, we thank you for your time, and we'll look forward to talking to you later in the week.
Okay. Bye, guys.
Thanks.
All right. 5:45.
Traffic is brought to you by Skipper Pools. Skipper Pools for weekly service, equipment and liner replacements, and a sparkling pool all year. 356-0237. Skip the rest. Call the best. Skipper Pools.
Are we behaving out there, Skipper? It's 5:46.
And just like that, we have a bunch of accidents. Alabama Highway 14 at Friendly Pine Drive in Millbrook. In Wetumpka, we have an accident, Highway 231, just past St. Charles Avenue northbound. Left lanes are blocked there. Northern Boulevard at Lower Wetumpka Road, moderate crash at that location. Troy Highway and Virginia Loop Road got a minor accident there. And we had one reported on East Boulevard right before I-85. It's right near the Sam's Club entrance. We have not seen that one on the cams, but use caution in case you're coming up from Atlanta Highway. Doesn't look like there's any problems going on there. Keep it here. We'll keep you updated. McKinnon Toyota has all the specials from Toyota plus small down service, and they're family owned. It's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, Wendell J. Montgomery, Skywatch Traffic.
All right, this just into the News Talk newsroom. A deal is expected to be closed between the U.S. and Iran tonight. That is according to CNN. Now,
Like the arrest of the man who planted the bombs. Here's another thing CNN got wrong.
let's hope they're not wrong on this one.
Yeah.
So we can breathe a little bit easier. Double-sided ceasefire. Trump agrees to suspend bombing of Iran for 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And you wonder, did Pakistan play a role in that? I'm just glad that it's not happening tonight.
Well, apparently they were sufficiently scared to say, please, please, please give us more time. So that's good. That means his threat got through to them.
You know, if somebody says, I'm going to kick your ass, and they kick it,
yeah,
and you keep coming back for more, and they say, I'm going to keep kicking your ass until you stop, eventually, you know what? I think I'm going to get my ass kicked again. I don't like that. So
yeah, and other countries see that and go, I don't want that to happen to us.
Yeah. Anyway, there's some good news. Take a breath and watch some of the great stuff that Movie Maven, especially if I may interject.
Yep.
Three Pines is an excellent show. But if you haven't watched and you like history told through a story, I'm not one for big, sappy, love story like the one with Ryan O'Neal and Ally McGraw, the worst actress who ever appeared on a screen anywhere. But the JFK Carolyn Bessette thing is really well done. There's some outstanding performances in there. And they tell the history through it. And it's not glorified or propagandized. It's really well done. Here's a call at random. Good afternoon.
Hi, Greg. How are y'all today?
Oh, okay. How are you?
I'm doing fine. This is Cindy.
Yes.
I just wanted to call and... I'm sorry?
Cindy.
Yeah, that's me.
That's
I
Master
just
Thespian.
wanted to call and tell y'all that the Movie Maven is not wrong about the series Paradise.
Oh.
Okay.
It is very good.
Okay. Cool.
At the end of the first season, of course, they have the cliffhanger. At the end of the first season, it had me jumping out of my chair going, yes!
Oh.
Oh.
So, I mean, it's really good.
That's
and
cool.
then this season's cliffhanger, I'm like, how does she survive that? So, I mean, it's good. It is so good. Y'all really need to watch it. And it also gives you kind of an inside look as to how dirty the government can be.
Yeah.
So, anyway, check it out.
We appreciate your call and your,
All
your
right,
backup
y'all have.
on that show.
Thank
Very
you,
nice.
Cindy.
All right, again, a 2-week suspension, double-sided ceasefire, it's being called. We don't have to worry about, was that thing? Something very bad is going to happen.
So does that mean that they're agreeing not to fire anything off as long as we don't fire anything off?
I believe that's the case.
Okay, well, we'll see how long that lasts.
Yeah.
But the main idea is just getting that straight, open, and free.
That needs
of
to
traffic.
happen. And Alex Jones, before anything happened tonight, has to say, let's get the 25th Amendment and take Trump out. Blow it out your ass, Alex Jones. You're a fake, a fraud, and you're a waste of time.
Yeah.
This is Jennifer Pestruccelli, General Sales Manager and co-owner of Blue Water Broadcasting. If you're in outside sales and feel your income is capped, it might be time for a change. At Blue Water, top performers build strong books of business and create real income by helping local companies grow through radio and digital marketing, including social, streaming, and targeted campaigns. You'll prospect new business, manage your own accounts, and control your earning potential in a performance-driven environment. We're looking for motivated, experienced sales professionals who are ready to be rewarded for what they produce. If that sounds like you, send me your resume today at bluewaterbroadcasting.com.
If you own a home and need cash, you could unlock thousands of dollars from your home equity quickly and easily. Call LendGo today at 888-407-7095. At LendGo, you can find out how much cash you could get with a home equity loan in just 2 minutes. It's free, there's no obligation, and it won't affect your credit score. Use the money for anything. Pay off high-interest debt, make home improvements, or just give your budget some breathing room. Best of all, you keep your low mortgage rate while you're getting the cash you need. See how much you can get today. Call 888-407-7095. That's 888-407-7095. Or visit lendgo.com. That's LENDGO.com. Homeowners nationwide are doing it. Now it's your turn. Call 888-407-7095 today. LendGo, where homeowners go to get cash. 888-407-7095.
Finding great candidates to hire can be like, well, trying to find a needle in a haystack. Sure, you can post your job to some job board, but then all you can do is hope the right person comes along, which is why you should try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter doesn't depend on candidates finding you. It finds them for you. Its powerful technology identifies people with the right experience and actively invites them to apply to your job. You get qualified candidates fast. So while other companies might deliver a lot of hay, ZipRecruiter finds you what you're looking for. The needle in the haystack.
See why 4 out of 5 employers who post a job on ZipRecruiter get a quality candidate within the first day. ZipRecruiter, the smartest way to hire. And right now, you can try ZipRecruiter for free. That's right, free at ZipRecruiter.com/radio. That's ZipRecruiter.com/radio. ZipRecruiter.com/radio.
ZipRecruiter.
Are you tired of the mainstream media's biased reporting? Do you want to stay informed on the news that really matters to you? Look no further than 1819 News. At 1819 News, we bring you the latest in Alabama news, politics, sports, culture, and more. We've assembled a team of journalists with Alabama values dedicated to the truth and the truth alone. Visit us at 1819news.com today. That's 1819news.com. Subscribe to our newsletter. Honest News, Alabama Values.
All right, we're going to check traffic one more time here in a couple of minutes. Let me do it quick.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. Again, the late-breaking story, the good news is that a double-sided ceasefire, that's what it's being called, has been called on the situation with Iran, and the bombing is being suspended for 2 weeks. Again, you're dealing with a... I wouldn't even want to insult the word culture by calling it that, but I don't know how you reason with it. And I think, and Dr. Thrasher seemed to agree, and God, was he a great guest today. Earlier, this just because I've studied it so thoroughly over most of my adult life. Yeah. What we were up against with the Japanese, They, believe it or not, most of the people that were not indoctrinated in the military did not think they were going to win the war for years before it actually came to an end. They just knew they were being outproduced and that defeat was inevitable. But you could not get the military or their version of the mullahs to see it any other way.
Yeah.
There was no reason. They could have settled it sooner had they been of a mindset to do that. And that's what we're up against. And I'm still pissed off at Alex Jones. He was one of the cheerleaders for Trump, and now all of a sudden he's jumping off. Look, I even said on the air, I wish he would watch the language.
Yeah.
Because when Obama was president and the BP oil spill occurred, and he said, "Oh, got to find out whose ass to kick." I said, that's not presidential. Be a president, not a street punk. And I think it should apply to everybody.
Okay, hang on just a second. We only have a couple of minutes left.
Yeah, we are short for time here.
Okay. All right, let me put you on hold.
Who do we have?
Cousin Vinny.
Hey, Vinny, we got about 1 minute.
Yeah, I know. I just wanted to say, yes, it sounds great. We're going to have a 2-week ceasefire, but that also gives them 2 weeks to get more goodies from the Chinese and the Russians. Who's to say that that's not what their game is?
I agree with you.
Just want to throw that out there.
Yeah, no, you're right.
I hate to be the devil's advocate, but,
to trust this would be naive. No doubt about it, man.
Yes, right. I hope we still have planes in the air. But anyway, y'all have a blessed day.
Okay.
Oh, I'm sure we will. I do not expect us to be caught off guard. Not with Trump in there.
Yeah.
So approach with caution. This will be our final traffic update before we say goodnight.
And just like that, we have a bunch of accidents. Alabama Highway 14 at Friendly Pine Drive in Millbrook. In Wetumpka, we have an accident, Highway 231, just past St. Charles Avenue northbound. Left lanes are blocked there. Northern Boulevard at Lower Wetumpka Road, moderate crash at that location. Troy Highway and Virginia Loop Road got a minor accident there, and we had one reported on East Boulevard right before I-85. It's right near the Sam's Club entrance. We have not seen that one on the cams, but use caution in case you're coming up from Atlanta Highway. Doesn't look like there's any problems going on there. Keep it here. We'll keep you updated. McKinnon Toyota has all the specials from Toyota plus small town service, and they're family owned. It's worth the drive. McKinnon Toyota, exit 212 off I-65 in Clanton. Buckle up, Wendell J. McCovery, Skywatch Traffic.
We get a lot of questions about what all we handle at Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. I'm Hannah Grantham.
And I'm Eddie Bader, and we will handle all of your real estate needs.
We handle all your buying and selling needs, from your first home, next home, land, investment property, and even commercial properties.
We do it all and have the experience that shows you what makes us different.
So when you think real estate, think Hannah and Eddie Realty Group. Look us up on Facebook or give us a call at 334-368-6358. And let us show you who you have on your sign matters.
With spring officially here, Pizza Perfect has sprung a great deal for April. Get a free order of breadsticks or cinnamon sticks with the purchase of any large or medium pizza. That'll make the whole family smile. Pizza Perfect's amazing buffet includes pizza as well as spaghetti, breadsticks, salad, dessert, and drink for only $13. The buffet is available Monday through Saturday for lunch and for dinner on Tuesday, Friday, and Saturday. Pizza Perfect is also available for pickup and delivery. Pizza Perfect on Coliseum Boulevard in Eastbrook.
Oh my God. I knew I opened up one email too many. Here's what? Remember Chris Christie?
Yeah.
Get in my belly! The Republican prickster. He just said that baby boomers are the most selfish generation in American history.
I don't know about that. What evidence does he give to support his premise?
Well, I see his lips moving, but I can't tell if he's eating or speaking. But they're always busy. I shouldn't have looked. But Mark Cumby, you were outstanding this afternoon. That Thespian, as were you, and of course, Dr. David Thrasher. Thespian's back with us Friday morning on the morning show. I'll be back in the morning with Jay Scott and Jesse Lynn. Have a great night. Thanks for punching us up.
Adios, muchacho.
I'd say that was a pretty successful broadcast.
Broadcasting from the Riverside Chevrolet Master Control Center, this is WACV Cusana, News Talk 93.1 FM. When it's Chevy, it's Riverside.
With us are news, I'm Keith Peters.